You're listening to Eagle 102 KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, 1021 on your dial. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102.
It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 high school football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Hogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 game of the week.
And welcome to Louisiana High School. Getting ready for Week 5. Mark Fronick, Jim Ross here in the broadcast booth. And, Jim, somebody's going to get a win tonight.
They are. It's a great night for football, too. The sun's gone down. The temperature's going down. Looks like the front's headed this way, so it's going to cool us off a little bit. So if you're not here yet, come on out. Both teams are 0-4, similar size lineups or rosters, I guess you should say. And, somebody's going to get their first win of the season.
At one point this week, Louisiana was down to 12 active players. They cleared a couple more, so they're going to dress 14. We'll talk more about that as we go along. But 19 dressed across the on the visitors' sideline. So it's going to be a battle of attrition. Who can stay the freshest longest, and maybe having temperatures up in the 90s today, probably not the best thing for this game, but I'm hoping everyone stays hydrated and stretched out prior to this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to cool off enough that they'll be fine, and the adrenaline of possibly getting your first win of the season, I'm sure it'll fuel both teams to where they'll be just fine. And you look across the way, and not a whole lot of size. A couple big boys I can see for Schuyler County, and they are the Rams, by the way. And if you don't, do you know where Schuyler County is?
The Queen City.
Queen City, yeah. Have you ever been to Queen City?
I have not.
You just drive along, and all of a sudden there's a school in a little town, and just north of Kirksville, about 15 miles north of Kirksville. So they had quite a trip down here, to say the least. And all of the schools in their area and up north, and we'll tell you about some scores going on already, moved their game times up to 6 o'clock, or most of them did, to try and avoid the weather that's allegedly coming in. So if we were playing this game at Schuyler, we'd have probably started at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. But we're here, and if you can believe the weathermen, we're going to be fine through the duration of this football game.
I certainly hope so, because last week with the power outage and then the wind, then the rain, and then homecoming festivities at Van Far, and thank goodness it was a running clock, or I wouldn't have gone to bed till the wee hours of Saturday. You know, it would have been like that Cardinal game a couple of days ago.
Right.
Oh, it went on forever. But we should be good for this one. And 0-4 Schuyler County, 0-4 Louisiana. We'll talk more about it as we continue with your countdown to kickoff on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And getting ready for Louisiana and Schuyler County, a battle of 0-4s here in week number 5 of high school football. And Jim, we know that Schuyler County's probably had the tougher strength of schedule, but just look at the point differential this season. Louisiana scored 46-4, 157 they've given up. That's a negative 111. The Rams have given up 160 points and have scored just 6 so far this season for a negative differential of 154. And, you know, the strength of schedule might be a little tougher, but they're playing against second and third strings, I'm guessing, at some point in those games.
Right.
So I think that kind of evens things out a little bit. You were still playing, Louisiana was still playing the first teams for teams like Van Far and stuff.
Right. And if you look at last week, for an example, Louisiana played Herman. They're 4-0, lost 56-14, whereas Schuyler played Scotland County. They're 3-1 and lost that game 42-0. So Schuyler's been offensively challenged this year for sure, it seems, and of course neither team defensively has had a whole lot of luck when you look at the number of points both clubs have given up. But, you know, as we've talked going back to the first game that we carried of Louisiana, is when you've got so few kids and you're playing a team that has a fuller roster, you know, the factor of conditioning comes into play. Whereas tonight, and if you go back to the Van Far game, you know, they kind of had similar size squads, and that was a competitive game until the fourth quarter. So I would expect to see these teams square off and it'd be a competitive ball game. I think Louisiana will have a little bit of a size advantage. We don't know a whole lot about Schuyler in terms of their speed, but as we said in the open, they don't have very many big guys.
Yeah. For Louisiana, Darius Burse and Tyler Pedersen, both seniors are out. A couple of freshmen out as well, Kenny McCormick and Cole Chidster, and then the sophomore Wyatt Early out this week. So they had to move things around. Tyler York goes onto the offensive line, and back in at quarterback for the first time this season, Cam Henderson.
Plus they've got Cody Love back as well.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with your starting lineups in just minutes here on the Countdown to Kickoff on Eagle 102.
Fall's here, and that means football, hunting, and trucks. So come to Bowling Green Chevrolet, where it's truck month.
Only Bowling Green Chevrolet is offering up to $14,000 off new Silverado.
Wow, that's over 24% off.
And you'll have no payments until 2020. We'll even throw in a bed liner at no charge. Over 24% off, no payments until 2020, and a bed liner at no charge. Compare our prices 24/7 at BowlingGreenChevy.com, and you'll see why we're the largest dealer in the area. So find new roads to Bowling Green Chevrolet,
where you'll always feel at home.
With approved credit. See dealer for details.
Some people just have a knack for being there when you need them the most. Like your third grade classmate who sticks up for you against that bully. The neighbor who gives you a jump start. And the friend who chases away that flock of geese at your outdoor wedding. Your State Farm agent has your back too, through good times and the not so good. And who's got your agent's back? State Farm, the company people have trusted for more than 90 years. We're here to help life go right.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no farther than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Mark Gooden. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all of your banking needs. Stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the banking difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 High School Football Game of the Week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Hogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 Game of the Week. Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And we'll go with the starting offenses for both these clubs here tonight because you've got 19 and 14 guys active. You're pretty much going to see the same guys on both sides of the ball. So we'll start with the offense for Schuyler County, the Rams. They'll put on the offensive line, number 55 at left tackle, Hunter Byrne. He's a senior. Left guard, number 5, Mark Golden. He's a sophomore. The center will be a freshman, number 58, Hayden Dixon. At right guard, number 75, Spencer Nagel. He's a senior. And another senior at right tackle, number 74, Ty Robbins. The receivers for the Rams, senior, tight end, number 4, Colby Frederick. They're all listed as tight ends. Sophomore, number 15, Noah Newland, and number 68, a senior, Leighton Campbell. So 3 guys listed as tight end to catch the ball tonight. And in the backfield, the fullback is a sophomore, number 8, Bronson Shaw. Running back, number 24, Wade Cooper. He's a junior. And the quarterback is a junior as well, Gavin Veach. Those are your starters on offense for the Schuyler County Rams. For the Louisiana Bulldogs, on the line at left tackle, a senior, number 69, Cole Martin. Another senior at left guard, number 76, Dalton Glow. Freshman center, number 50, Gavin Crabtree. Junior at right guard, number 58, Jacob Gray. And another junior at right tackle, number 15, Tyler York. The receivers, freshmen, a couple of freshmen. Wide receiver, number 3, Luis Monjarez. And another freshman receiver, number 20, Sheldon Sylvie. It snuck up on me, Luis's last name again.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We practiced and practiced. And senior, number 44, Cody Love, is the other wide receiver. In the backfield, halfback is a junior, number 12, Jordan Luck. A senior at running back, number 2, Devin Kropp. And a senior at quarterback, number 8, Cam Henderson. So those are your starters on offense for both sides in this battle of 0-4 teams.
Schuyler County is coached by Corey Randall, while the Bulldogs are coached by Joe Calhoun in his second season at the helm of the Dogs. Captains are out on the field. The officials are chatting with them, and we'll try and pay attention to how the toss goes this time. The last time you and I had a game together, we got caught up in ourselves.
Yeah.
and forgot to pay attention. Dogs in their home red jerseys with gray sleeves and white pants. Schuyler County, they are the Rams. They are in their road whites with gold helmets and maroon pants.
Interesting.
From Queen City. Yeah, those are interesting-looking uniforms. Got the Notre Dame look with the helmets, the golden dome look. While they're doing that, I told you that a lot of these other schools, some of these schools up north have already started playing. We'll give you a few scores that we have while we watch the coin toss here. North Andrew leads North Shelby 36-16 at half. That's 8-man football, in case you didn't know it. Palmyra leads Highland 23-0 at half. North Callaway over Van Far 14-6 at late in the first quarter. Clark County over South Shelby in a little bit of a surprise, 32-0 late in the first. Clark County is a team to watch for sure as we go on. Looks like Louisiana won the toss. They will defer to the second half. A couple other scores I thought I had for you as this thing updates and makes me dizzy when it does it. Maybe not. Yeah, Centralia leads or has already beat Highland 51-0. That game's already over with.
Wow.
I believe that obviously a running clock in that one. Knox County over Paris 14-12. So like we said, some of these games started early and will be done shortly after the start of this one.
And the referee for tonight is Brandon Nutt. The umpire is Charles Fox. The head linesman is Jared Bethel. The line judge, Joseph Beaver. And the back judge is Shane Owen. So there's your officials for tonight's ball game between Louisiana and Schuyler County. Week 5 already.
Glad to have you with us. If you're not aware, we do have this on video now. Is it on KJFM Eagle102.net? You'll have to keep me in line about that.
You can get to it from there, of course, and of course our YouTube page, and bringing you all the action. I mentioned it to Schuyler County when they pulled in because I was here way early for some reason or another. They had the air conditioning on in here, which was nice, but we welcome in all the folks from Queen City watching tonight.
Jordan Luck will kick it away as the Dogs will move from our left to our right to start the ball game. Back deep for Scotland County, Wade Cooper. He's a starting running back for the Rams. And we're glad to have you with us. Good to be back in the booth with Mark, and we hope we have a good football game for you this evening. We'll tell you about the other teams in the area as we go along as well this evening as we get scores. Official blows his whistle, and we're ready to go. Luck kicks it away, and it's a line drive, slides off to the right. Looks like it's going to stay in bounds, and Cooper's going to pick it up inside the 5-yard line, and he's in a peck of trouble. He gets it out across the 10 to about the 11, and that's where Schuyler County will start with their first offensive plays from scrimmage.
Ball never got about more than 4 foot off the ground the entire time, and this is an excellent position for Louisiana to have Schuyler County pinned back off that opening kick.
Looked like one of my drives, not very high and sliding to the right.
And stayed in bounds, so that's a good thing.
Well, that's not necessarily the case with
yours goes in the woods.
At quarterback is the junior, Gavin Veach. He wears number 3. Looks like they come out in a power I formation. Do the Rams with 3 backs in the backfield. And they'll hand it to the tailback. That is Cooper, off right tackle. He'll get positive yardage. Not a lot, though. Looks like they'll give him about 2. And it'll be 2nd and 8 from about the 13-yard line. Just underway. Glad to have you with us. Around the area tonight, Clopton-Ellsbury, they are on the road at Wright City. Bowling Green is at South Callaway. Van Far hosts North Callaway. And Mark Twain is on the road at Montgomery County in your other EMO conference games, even though Louisiana's not in the league just yet. On 2nd down, same formation, same play. Not much running room again for Wade Cooper. Will they give him a yard? Looks like they are going to give him a yard, maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd and about 7 with 11 minutes to play as we're just underway here in the first quarter from Cunningham Field. And we've had some dry weather. We talked about a little rain this morning, but the field's starting to show a little stress from the lack of rain. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with my yard not growing anymore.
I enjoy mowing. It's my me time. I don't have a yard quite as big as yours.
Yeah, if I had about half of what I've got, I'd probably feel the same way.
Well, that's just double the me time.
On 3rd down. Quarterback rolls out. Looks like he's going to throw it across the middle. Nearly picked off as Devin Kropp stepped in front of the receiver. Good protection that time by the offensive line for Schuyler. But the pass falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. And Cody Love will drop back deep for the Bulldogs. It looks like Mr. Cooper is going to be a jack of all trades, and he's going to punt it for Schuyler County. 4th and about 7 from their own 14. Cooper gets the punt away, punts it away from, actually now Luck tracks it down, takes it up the left sideline, got some running room deep inside Schuyler territory, and a good run back. It looked like they tried to kick it away from him, but Luck adjusted his positioning right at the last minute, was able to field it and gets it. Great field position for Louisiana on their first series of downs, as they will mark it right at the 20, just barely inside the 20-yard line, where they'll have 1st and goal, or 1st and 10.
A good defensive series by the Bulldogs make that opening kickoff look even better.
As Mark told you in the pregame, Cameron Henderson is at the quarterback position now with Crop in the backfield. They'll have Luck at the fullback position from time to time as well. In this game, they'll go from the spread, and it's a fake handoff, and Henderson keeps it on the quarterback keep. He goes up the center out to the far sideline, and he'll have a first down inside the 5-yard line. I think it might have been a broken play, Mark, as Henderson turned to the left. Crop went to the right. So Henderson just took off running and made a whole lot out of nothing. Picks up about 16 yards as they're going to mark it at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Dogs from the 4.
And that's something Henderson can do with a broken play like that, is show a little creativity and make it into a positive.
Out of the I formation this time, and we've got a whistle and a false start, I think. Well, you know, we saw this a lot in the Van Far game. Louisiana drove into Van Far territory a number of times and then fumbled snaps, penalties, negative yardage, let's just call it that, and kept them out of the end zone a number of times in that ball game that ended up being a loss. So more of the same here in this ball game, as they're now at the 9-yard line, first and goal after the procedure penalty. On the pitch to Crop around the left side. He'll cut it back up inside. He's going to go in for a touchdown, pretty much untouched. Devin Crop from 9 yards out with 9:14 to play in the first puts the Dogs on top 6-0.
Just a nice little pitch out there from the quarterback, and he beat all the Rams to the edge there and went in. Wasn't even close to being touched.
And they'll go for 2 out of the shotgun once again, spread. They'll hand it off on the jet sweep to Love. He'll turn the corner, and is he in? He is. Cody Love with the run for conversion, is 2-point conversion, and just like that, the Dogs lead it. 9:14 to play in the first. Louisiana 8, Schuyler County nothing. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, Mid-America Auto and Towing, and Abel's Quick Shops.
Well, Mark, positive things for Louisiana in their first series.
Yeah, they had the one penalty, and I think the line kind of took that to heart, and on the very next play, were able to drive it in 9 yards for the score.
Luck will kick it off again for the Dogs. Cooper back deep for Schuyler. Another pooch kick to the right. Up back picks it up at about the 30. He'll get it out to the 35, where he'll be tackled at about the 37.
Henderson spun him around, and then Crop finished him off.
Taryn Gray on the return for Schuyler County. Well, you got to give the defense a little credit. They kickoff pinned him deep, and the defense held Schuyler on the first series. So let's see how they do now. Schuyler with a little breathing room, and that opens up some options for him on the offensive side of the football. 9:09 to play here in the first. Dogs lead it 8-0. Glad to have you with us. It looks like a middle school softball game going on across the way.
Full parking lot over at Wallace Park.
Absolutely. Small crowd. Well, not a bad crowd here on the Louisiana side. Schuyler got a pretty good crowd for as long as they have to drive. They're going to run the jet sweep to Cooper now as he lined up at the wide receiver position to the right. And he'll get a positive yard, it looks like they'll give him. It'll be 2nd and 9 from about the 38.
Yeah, those sweeps just aren't fooling the Bulldog defense so far. The linebackers are stretching out that Louisiana defensive front and really cutting off everything.
Well, we talked about size in the pregame, with the exception of a couple guys on the front line for Schuyler. Louisiana is going to have a size advantage in this ball game, and so far the defense has shown that that may be a factor on the in the trenches. Looks like they're actually going to give him 2 on the carry, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Out of the power I formation this time, 3 backs in the backfield. They'll pitch it to Cooper once again. He'll go around right in. He's got some room out across the 45, across the 50 now, into Louisiana. Now they're going to mark him outright just short of midfield. He stepped out of bounds. But positive yardage and a first down for the Rams in the person of Wade Cooper. The ball's nose right on the 50-yard line.
Finally got to that edge that time. They tried it 2-3 times before it finally worked out for him.
Send everybody to the right and run to the right and hope you can cut it back. That's exactly what happened. Single back this time, trips, quads I should say, to the right. What kind of trick play is this? Normally it would probably be some sort of screen. Now they're going to shift and get under center and go back into their power I formation with the power to the right side. Veach on the snap hands it to Cooper off right tackle, and he powers forward for a gain of about 5. Good hard inside running that time by the junior Wade Cooper. Looks like they'll give him exactly 5 yards. He nose on the Louisiana 45. First time in Louisiana territory for the Rams. It'll be 2nd and 5, down to 7:15 to play in the first quarter.
Rams have had their fun. It's time to shut it down.
Same formation as before. Double tight end set. And a pitch to Cooper. They get outside, turn him inside, but he's going to break free for a couple yards, positive yards. It'll be 3rd down as he's tackled. Was that Henderson on the tackle, I believe? Out of his fullback position. They'll give Cooper 4, so it'll be 3rd and 1 from the Dogs' 41-yard line.
A full 1 yard. Time for a stop.
Doesn't look like Schuyler. Well, you know, if you run, and then you slip a tight end out, you may catch Louisiana off guard. But you have no wide receivers in the formation at all. It's a double tight end set with the power I formation in the backfield. Strong to the left this time. Straight up the middle goes Cooper. He's going to have the first down. Picks up another extra 5 or 6 yards with good hard running. So after a good defensive showing in the first series, the Schuyler County Rams now flexing their muscles up front a little bit as they move the ball downfield down to the 33-yard line of Louisiana with the first down.
They know what the situation is for Louisiana. You only got 3 subs. You just pound, try and wear them down. And so far on this drive, it's working.
Yeah, and it's still, even though it's not too bad up here, there's a decent breeze blowing. It's still pretty hot outside. And, of course, they'll have a water break as they normally do in high school football about the 4-minute mark. And they fake that quads to the right and shift back into the power I once again. Beach is going to pitch it this time to Cooper. He's going to try and get outside, but he's going to be tracked down that time. Nice defensive play by
– Is that Glow?
Like big number 76, Dalton Glow, exactly. Got him by the hips and spun him down. They're going to give him about a half-yard gain on the carry. It'll be 2nd and a long 9.
That was a good open field tackle by the lineman.
Penetration. You got to get penetration on those sweeps. And Glow did a good job. Down to 5:10 to play here in the first. 8-0. Louisiana leads as they scored on their first offensive series. Crop from 9 yards out. Love with the 2-point conversion run.
And remember the good punt return by Love to set it all up.
Absolutely. Had good positions. They started that series from the 20. They handed off again on a little misdirection play to Cooper. He's going to get outside and have some room. Cuts it up at the 25, inside the 20 now, down near the 15-yard line. Well, you got to give Wade Cooper his kudos. He runs hard.
Yes, he does. He squares up those shoulder pads and makes guys miss.
He's 5'10" and 190 pounds. Looking at him, I'm questioning whether he's 190 pounds.
With the pads on.
But he runs hard. He runs downhill, as they like to say. So they're going to come up with this trick formation out of the spread look with quads to the right. At some point, they're going to throw this, and it's going to be a screen or something. Then they're going to do it right now, and it is a screen. It's caught, and there's flags all over the place. And another flag down coming from the backside. So we'll have to sort this out. Enough laundry on the floor or ground that we're going to have to get a washer out. 1, 2, I see 3 flags.
Yeah, and it really looks like a hold.
Well, as they say in the business, officials have areas they're supposed to be looking. I don't know how 3 officials have holding, but they did. So that play will be nullified, and they'll mark it off from the spot of the foul back outside the 25-yard line to about the 26, and it'll be first down, I should say, and 20 from the 26. They can't get a first down, obviously, at the 6-yard line. As we're down to about 4:15, we haven't had a water break yet. I'm a little surprised, and maybe they don't do that when the team's driving because they don't want to stop the flow of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember them ever being too concerned about that in past. Straight dive play, this time up the middle to the fullback, number 8 with his first run. That's Bronson Shaw. And he breaks it to the right side, picks up about 5, maybe 6 on the carry.
Still a long ways to go.
Second, and they're going to give him, it looks like 5, so we'll call it 2nd and 15 from the 16. No, from the 21-yard line. My neck won't stretch far enough to see the yard marker. Down to 3:20 to play in the first quarter. Louisiana on top, 8-0. Out of the single back formation once again. Straight dive play once again. Straight up the middle this time. Good running by Shaw, and he's going to be close to the first down. They're going to mark him at about the 9, I believe. And so it'll be 3rd and about 3 for Schuyler County.
Yeah, just shy of the 10-yard line, so 3.5 yards.
As the clock continues to run, one thing about it, we haven't seen but one pass yet in this football game. The clock really runs when they run the football.
And that was a completed pass, so.
Right.
Now we're going to have that timeout.
Well, actually, Louisiana's going to call a timeout. It looks like they're first of the game, so they'll get a water break with 2:44 to play in the first. Louisiana leads at 8-0. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Making the decision to purchase a home is a big step for anyone. There are a lot of questions, as you're probably wondering which type of mortgage is the best fit for you. Bank of Louisiana offers many mortgage options to assist you in financing the purchase of your home. Our experienced mortgage staff is ready to match you to the best mortgage options to get you into that home that you want. Call or stop by 101 South 3rd Street in downtown Louisiana to see how we can help you with your funding needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 525630.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by China, Northeast Missouri Title Company, Lynn's Heritage House, PJ Salon, Tax and Accounting Solutions, and Cafe USA.
2:44 to play here in the first. Louisiana leads at 8-0, but Schuyler County is on the
9-yard line
and driving. They started this drive back at their own 31-yard line, I believe, and they have 3rd and 3 from the 9.
I'd say this is an important down, but this is 4-down territory, so.
Without question. They'll come out in that power eye look once again with Veach at the quarterback. Cooper is the tailback. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it to Cooper. He'll go off right tackle. He's going to have yardage, and he's going to score. Cooper from 9 yards out gives Schuyler County their 4th score of the ball game at the 2:43 mark in the first quarter. So 2 9-yard runs, and Schuyler with a chance to tie this with a 2-point conversion. Don't see too many 1A schools that kick field goals anymore. And it looks like Schuyler will fall into that category. They'll go for 2 out of the same power eye formation. Shaw and Cooper have done all the damage on the ground so far. They'll give it to Cooper once again. He hop steps inside, and it looks like he's going to be short, and he is. So the Dogs hold, and that'll leave us at an 8-7 score with 2:38 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on KJFM Eagle 102.
farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, definitely not your typical 8 to 5, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Call Mike's Tire and Service Center and they'll be happy to work with you to get you back to operation as usual. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green. Mike's Tire and Service Center proudly supports all area farmers.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102, brought to you by All Parts, Perkins Electrical Service, and Spring Hollow Coffee.
Welcome back to Cunningham Field in Louisiana High School as we've got a good football game on our hands. As Schuyler County goes in from 9 yards out, Wade Cooper with the honors. A 2-point conversion run failed, so Louisiana leads it 8-6 with 2:38 to play here in the first quarter. And Mark, kind of what we expected, huh, so far?
So far, yeah. That Schuyler County was going to try and use their manpower advantage, as slim as it might be, to their advantage and just pound on Louisiana. Now the Bulldogs have to make the most of their second opportunity with the ball and get 6 or 8 more on the board.
They just played power football is what they did. Bronson Shaw will kick it away for Schuyler. Looks like Love and Crop back deep. It's a swift kick, and it's going to be picked up by Love at the 26-yard line. He turns upfield, and he's hit hard at about the 31-yard line, and that's where Louisiana will take over on their second series.
You say he's coming off an injury?
I think that's right. That's what the athletic director from Louisiana said. They got him back. I didn't inquire as to why he was away. But
well, we'll say an injury.
We'll go with an injury. Yeah, and he's a good tough runner.
Yeah,
and plays at the wide receiver. So let's see what Louisiana has in store on the offensive side. They're going to run the spread this time. Crops with Henderson in the backfield. Henderson takes the snap. They'll hand it to Crop. He'll go off left tackle. He's hit after a gain of about 2 maybe, and there's a big pile up after the initial contact. They'll mark it out to about the 33-yard line, so it'll be a gain of only one, I guess, maybe 2.
Yard and a half.
No, it's going to be a long yard if it is a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 8 just for the sake of things. As the clock continues to run, we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first. 8-6. Louisiana on top. Henderson with the spread formation. He'll drop back and look to pass this time. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw it deep down the middle, and the receiver and the safety run into each other. That was Crop. Got tangled up with Colby Frederick. I don't see a flag on the play, so I guess they're going to call that incidental contact. Whew. Yeah, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's generous, to say the least, because he tripped him.
Ran Crop up the middle out of his tailback position, and yeah, if he'd have got by the guy, there was no help from behind, that's for sure.
Nothing but blue skies.
But it falls incomplete, and so it'll be 3rd down. They'll go spread with 3 receivers to the left, single receiver in the slot to the right. They'll run the pitch to Crop. He'll cut it back up inside. Now change his mind and reverses field, was going backwards, and that's not the way to run the football. You got to go north-south.
He got that other half yard, so it's going to be 4th and 8.
Well, actually, they're going to mark him back to the 9-yard line. He's going to lose about a half yard, and it will be 4th and that long 8 or short 7, if you will, or long, how is that? Long 7, short 8. How about that? They're going to have to punt it away, will the Dogs? And it looks like Henderson's going to, or is that Crop? That's Crop's going to punt it. He boots it deep. And it's going to go over the head of Cooper and takes a Louisiana bounce. It's going to roll all the way inside the 10. Cooper's going to pick it up there, heads up the right sideline, and he's tripped up at about the 20, and he'll fall forward to the 22, maybe 23-yard line. So a good kick that time by Devin Crop. And then it took a Louisiana bounce as well.
Yeah, the only saving grace was he outkicked the coverage, so it took a while for Louisiana to get there to bring down the man.
As the clock continued to run down to 42.5. They're probably going to put some time back on the clock.
That happened several times in our game last week.
55 seconds they want on the clock.
Although, if the clock stopped, the lights may have went out. So.
So as they reset the clock, as it did continue to run, they're going to mark the ball out to about the 29-yard line, it looks like.
24.
24, I'm sorry, as they continue to work on these new fancy clocks. You got to be a road scholar to operate the things. And they get 55.5. That's close enough.
Yeah, the AD. I get here early enough to hear him cuss the clock every week when he's trying to set it up. Pulls out the Google and the instruction manuals, and
there you
that's
have
all
it.
right, Ryan.
Veach drops back. He's going to throw it this time. He's under some pressure. He's going to throw it short under secondary to his secondary receiver, and it's caught. It looks like it'll be short of the first down at about it's going to be close to first down yardage out near the 34-yard line. He tried to get it out here to Colby Frederick, decided against it, and through to the secondary receiver. That was Cooper. It was on the other sideline.
He caught it past the first down marker or right at it, but then he was running the wrong way, and, his forward progress actually was negative yardage.
Right. So it's second and about a half a yard with 43 seconds to play here in the first quarter. First good look that time at the passing skills of Gavin Veach. They'll run out of the spread. Once again, he'll hand it on a straight dive play to Shaw. We've got a flag that flies in, and that's in the area of holding.
And they would have had just enough for the first down.
And it is holding, so they'll mark it from the spot of the 5, which is basically the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 11 after they mark off the penalty with 38.9 seconds to play here in the first. Louisiana leads 8-6. Glad to have you with us. We're here at Cunningham Field. Both teams looking for their first win of the season, and so far it's been a competitive, close football game. Score from South Callaway, I should say. They lead Bowling Green 7-0 in the first quarter. We'll try and keep you up to speed on some scores as we go along here. On second down, out of the shotgun this time for Veach. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Little play action pass. He'll throw it across the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Frederick once again. But it's a little too far ahead of him, and it'll be third down.
Stops the clock with 19.8 seconds to go in the quarter in an 8-6 ball game.
Macon and Moberly tied at 7 apiece. See if we can find some EMO scores for you. That's more what we're interested in. Palmyra over Highland 23-0. Troy and Francis Howe tied at 7 each.
We always like to keep an eye on what Palmyra is doing.
Yeah, we do. Or some folks do. 28-8. Actually, that's a final score now. 28-8. Palmyra defeats South Shelby. As we told you earlier, a lot of those northern schools started early. As the center gets over the ball, he's a little gimpy right now. On 3rd and 11. Beach will take the snap. He looks to throw. He throws it high. It's deflected. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be picked off by Jordan Luck. He turns upfield. He's inside the 10 now, and it goes out of bounds. Where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him at about the 5-yard line, it looks like. And then we had a flag after the fact, so I'm going to say that's somebody with a late hit.
Probably a pretty good possibility.
But the ball was deflected on the pass, and it was just floating in the air. And the old that's a heightened version of the tip drill. And Luck was able to run it down like he was chasing it down from center field and caught it about the 30-yard line and turned it up down to the 5. Now let's see what the penalty is.
It was against the defense.
It is. They're going to mark it half the distance to the goal. Late hit by Schuyler County.
I think they actually signaled defensive holding.
Oh, really? I wonder how that happens way down there.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Dogs have it inside the 5. Let's see if they can punch it in with 9.4 seconds to play, and we've got a false start.
He would have been in, too.
Yes, he would have.
Which, when you're jumping the gun like that, it's probably pretty easy to do.
Henderson on the quarterback sneak. Or were they in the neutral zone? Nope, it's a false start. So they'll mark off 5 yards back to the 7.5 line, roughly, where it'll be still first and goal for Louisiana with 8.5 seconds to play. I don't know if you've shown the scoreboard on the screen yet, but there's an extra 5 on there. I'm baffled at what that extra 5 is next to the clock, next to the timer. 8.5 to play out of the spread formation. Crop deep with Henderson at quarterback, twins to the right. Now all kinds of jumping on the defensive side of the ball. Were they drawn off? No, they were not. So they'll march it right back down. Well, actually, this will be half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, they won't get all 5 of those yards yet.
Yeah, they're only going to get 2.5 of the, well, not 2.5, 3.5, yeah, half the distance. 3.5 of those 5 yards back. And we'll go again. Out of the same formation. They'll hand it off to Crop. He cuts it upfield, and he steps in for the touchdown. Devin Crop from 4 yards out with 5.7 seconds to play in the first quarter. And Louisiana retakes the lead. And I hope that what I saw as a flash was a
camera flash. It was.
Because you know what happens if they see lightning. On the 2-point conversion, the jet sweep is no good as Luck tries to cut or check at Love. Cody Love is knocked down. And so
Spencer Nagel cut him down at the knees. That was pretty nice.
So the Love run will fail, but Louisiana leads it with 5.7 seconds to play in the first quarter, 14-6 over the Schuyler County Rams. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by Ann Lane Boutique, where trendy and classy clothing meets. Plus, remember to check out their home furnishings as well. Ann Lane Boutique on the Square in Bowling Green.
5.7 seconds to play. Devin Crop with his second rushing touchdown of the game gives Louisiana the lead at 14-6 after the interception by Jordan Luck, and he returned it down to the 5-yard line, and a couple of penalties, one on each club, and Crop was able to punch it in from 4 yards out.
Crop, not many runs here in the first quarter, but he's made them count, and then for Schuyler County, they've already equaled their season total in points.
Absolutely, and you look at total yardage, Schuyler County will have the advantage in yards game because both of Louisiana's drives have been from inside the 20-yard line. Luck to kick it away. Another line drive, pooch kick, picked off up front. This time his front back was ready, but he spun down and tackled by Crop. That was Taryn Gray, I should say, on the run back. And Crop hog-tied him and threw him to the ground at about the 34-yard line.
Schuyler County, you try and air it out here with 0.7 seconds to go in the quarter?
Well, they're going to mark it at the 35, and no, you don't.
Maybe at the half, right?
Yeah, maybe at the half. I think you just play it safe. You know, the big fullback, Bronson Shaw, has had good luck. He's 5'10", 215. He's a big boy. And they should hand it to him right now. And they do. Or actually, they give it to Cooper. Cooper breaks a tackle. He was hit at the line of scrimmage on the final play of the quarter and actually surges forward. And he'll gain about 7 all the way out to the 42-yard line, and that'll do it for the first quarter action. Your score, Louisiana Bulldogs 14, the Schuyler County Rams 6. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, visit Pogue Ford in Bowling Green and enjoy your next buying experience. At Pogue, they go the extra mile to make sure you walk away with more than just a car or a truck. They'll give you an automotive home. Pogue Ford has the new or pre-owned vehicle you're looking for, and if they don't, they'll find it. Plus, they're available for all your automotive service needs. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102, brought to you by Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Pogue Ford in Bowling Green.
As we start the second quarter, Schuyler with the football. It'll be 2nd and 8. They only gave him 2 yards on that carry.
They must have said he was down in initial contact or something.
Exactly. Cooper again with the run, this time off left tackle out of the power I formation. Nothing doing there.
Lost a yard.
And back to the 41. Actually, a nose inside the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9. 14-6, Louisiana on top as we just start the second quarter here from Cunningham Field.
Now the officials are going to get together. I think they marked it wrong. I think it should have been 2nd and 2, not 2nd and 8. But it's too late now. You've already ran a play.
I agree. Yeah, we had it as about an 8-yard gain on that final play from scrimmage, and I think when they switched into the ends of the field, they got confused, as they say.
And Schuyler didn't pick it up, so that's on them.
So what do you do now? Yeah, I mean, that's like a inadvertent whistle type of thing, I would guess, if we were playing basketball. They're still talking about it.
Yeah, once that next play is snapped, it's just like challenging in the NFL. Once it's over, it's over. You just lost yourself 6 yards.
That is unfortunate for Schuyler County.
And they continue to talk about it, but you can't move the ball at this point.
I'm guessing they're going to go over and take their proverbial tongue lashing from.
They're going to move them.
Randall, the head coach. Corey Randall. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I don't think they can assume anything unless they're just going to do a do-over.
Yeah, and you can't do that either. That's not fair to anyone either.
Nullify that play and respot the ball where it should have been spotted and acted like second down never happened. So I don't know. My guess is that Corey Randall's voicing his opinion in a not so pleasant format, which I can't say that I would blame him.
Yeah, they're gonna move the yard markers instead of moving where the ball is, and make it 3rd and 3.
And that's still not right.
Yeah.
Because well, he gained a yard maybe, so it should be 3rd.
Well, he lost a yard on that last play. Yeah.
So what they're saying has happened is they had the sticks marked wrong. The ball was on the right yard marker, but they didn't set the sticks at the right spot. And so instead of, like Mark said, instead of being 3rd and 9, now it's going to be 3rd and about 3, maybe 4. They've got to get just shy of the 45-yard line for the first down. The ball rests on the 41-yard line. That with 11:07 to play in the half.
I still think once you run a play, that's where it is. You need to do your arguing before the snap.
8 men in the box for Louisiana. They hand it off straight up the gut or actually the quarterback kept it that time. Veach, that's the first time he's run on the quarterback sneak, and he picks up a first down. Louisiana stacked the box looking for either Shaw or Cooper, and Veach pulled a little Houdini on him and picked up about 6 all the way out to the 47-yard line, still in Ram territory with 10:50 to play in the half. 1st and 10 for Schuyler County. On the move once again. Mark, they've just lined up and they're just playing power football. The last series they tried to throw it some, it didn't work, so they're going to just run it now on the pitch. Student body right this time. Cooper's got some room across the 40. Now inside the 30, as if he'd have stayed on the sideline, he may have gone all the way, but he tried to cut it back, and he'll have another first down for
touchdown saving tackle that time by Devin Kropp. He didn't bite on that move.
At the 29-yard line of Louisiana. So Schuyler on the move once again. That did look like the old USC play.
Uh-huh.
Everybody go to the right, pitch it to the student body right, as they used to call it back in the days of OJ and Marcus. And it worked to perfection. Let's see what they do this time out of the power eye. They'll run it off left tackle. And good yardage again for Cooper.
And those pants kind of match that USC.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Gain of about 4, 3rd and 6, and those are the football on the Louisiana 25-yard line, down to 10 minutes to play in the half. Louisiana leads it 14-6, but the Schuyler County Rams on the move. They've lined up in this power I formation pretty much all night, strong to the right this time. And Veach will just keep it straight up the gut. And he's going to pick up another 5. He'll be just shy of the 30, which will mean he's short of first down yardage, but it'll be 3rd and short for the Rams. He's just looking up the middle, and if there's nobody there, he taps that center and says, I'm coming this way. Now they're going to pitch it, student body right once again to Cooper. He cuts it upfield. He'll have the first down inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line.
There's a flag this time in the area of holding.
And that's exactly what it is. Boy, that's 3 times Schuyler's been called for the hold, and they've been in pretty important spots of this football game. And so that'll nullify the first down and mark it all the way back to the 28-yard line, and Louisiana's going to call another timeout. Their second of the game will step aside as well. 9:17 to play in the half, 14-6. Louisiana leads it. Listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week brought to you by DH Electric. Quality work at affordable prices. They can handle any project, residential, commercial, industrial, or agriculture. DH Electric in Bowling Green.
9:17 to play in the first half. 14-6. Louisiana leads it. So Dogs call their second timeout of the first half to give their players a break. They only have 14 dressed tonight. So if you're very good at math, that tells you they only have 3 subs. So pretty much everybody's going both ways the entire game.
And everyone's getting to play.
Schuyler's dressed about 19, I think, so they're not switching too many in and out themselves. And so the second half could, as Mark said in the pregame, the war of attrition. See who's still got any energy left in the tank in the fourth quarter. Schuyler on the move as they started this drive from the 27-yard line. And their own 27. Now they're at the 27, maybe, 28-yard line of Louisiana. After the holding play, 3rd and 9. And now we've got a whistle once again. What's that going to be? That's going to be on Louisiana, I think. They're looking.
Yep. Somebody jumped early.
Offsides on Louisiana, so they'll mark 5 off and make it 3rd and 4. So the second quarter's turned into some penalty problems for both clubs.
A nice swift first quarter's kind of ground to a halt here in the second. Huh?
Exactly right. We spoke too soon. I cursed us. The old broadcaster cursed talking about the game moving quickly. On 3rd down, out of the power I, strong to the right. Double tight end to the right, so they'll run it to the left. Cooper's got it off left tackle. And he'll get across the 20-yard line, and that's going to be close to first down yardage. Are they going to have to measure? You don't ever see a measurement anymore, or very rarely.
I think he's got enough. They are going to call for the chains. Nope, they're going to move the chains.
They're going to move the chains. That must be some sort of officiating edict that don't slow the game down with measurements anymore.
Well, the last 2 weeks, actually, at Mark Twain, Coach Kevin Credemeyer called for the chains when they just signaled first down, and it ended up they were 2 lengths short. And on the very next play, Bowling Green picked up a key interception to the outcome of that game.
There you have it. Ball inside the 20 for Schuyler County. The Louisiana 20. Veach is going to keep it again on the quarterback sneak. Just bulls forward right behind the center. And he's going to pick up another 5 yards. Every time he does that, it's been good for 5 or more. As Louisiana doesn't have anybody in the center of the field in the way of a linebacker to stuff that hole. And this time they'll pitch it to Cooper. He'll try and get outside to the right, but a good defensive play that time by Jordan Luck. Tackles him in the backfield. He'll lose a couple of yards, and it'll be third down to 8 minutes to play in the half.
Got a hold of those pants and didn't let go until he got some help.
Second time we've seen a tackle like that. Glow did it the last time with Cooper, had him by the backside and didn't let him go. So with the loss of a couple, it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 17-yard line of Louisiana. Clock continues to run. Down to 7:45 in the first half. 14-6, Louisiana still on top. Schuyler County on the move. Strong right once again out of the power I. Now another whistle.
I think this time it's going to be the offense that left early. No,
Louisiana jumped, so, man, two offside penalties, costly offside penalties. And now you go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2, much more manageable. But as you said, they're in 4-down territory anyway, so don't know that it's that big of an issue. But 3rd and 2 is certainly a lot easier than 3rd and 7.
Somebody needs to get a fist or a helmet on the end of that ball and pop it out the back way, run it back about 80 yards.
Well, I don't know if he's ever started the clock. I don't know what the official's doing. The play clock's not running. Why is he now just – I don't know what he's doing. He just now set the football. They'd been in the huddle for 10 seconds or more. Just a single back this time as they go a little bit of a spread. They hand it off up the middle to Shaw. He breaks a tackle, goes up the middle, and he's going to run over everybody and go in. Touchdown from 12 yards out by the big fullback, Bronson Shaw. 7:28 to play in the first half. He is a big bull. They've got him listed at 5'10" in this program. He's not 5'10". He's either not 5'10" or Wade Cooper's not 5'10", because he's a head taller than Wade Cooper. But he goes 215. He's a big boy. But the 12-yard run gives Schuyler County the chance to tie this game up with a 2-point conversion with 7:28 to play in the first half. And they run it up the gut, off right tackle. That's Cooper, and he's going to sneak in for the 2-point conversion run. And we are tied. 14-all, 7:28 to play in the half. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102, brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
14-all, 7:28 to play. And Mark, we can see a little lightning off in the distance, but if you look at the radar, there's no rain.
Yeah, it's all north of
Quincy, actually. So I hope these officials don't Hope they understand the weather around here and don't try and give us this.
Yeah, if you can't hear anything afterward, it ain't gonna hurt you.
This lightning delay thing is quite interesting sometimes. I know you guys were doing the game at Bowling Green last year. The lightning was off 45 miles and going the other direction, and every time it lightning, they restart the clock for 30 minutes. And we went
actually. Yeah, that was I was down the road at Van Far that night.
You guys might have been getting rain and lightning because it was coming.
Well, and they didn't do anything. we played.
We did not play in Bowling Green, I can tell you. So the big fullback's going to kick it. It's going to be an onside kick. Is anybody going to pick it up for Louisiana? Somebody does finally fall on it. And who was that? That looks like Cameron Henderson fell on it. It's big number 74, number 76. That's Dalton Glow. He's just kind of running alongside the football and waiting for somebody else to pick it up, and got it.
He was probably screaming, "I'm a lineman! I'm a lineman!"
However, the Dogs maintain possession and have it in good field position at their own 41-yard line. They'll go out of the spread the spread formation this time. They'll bring Love in motion, fake the jet sweep. They'll hand it off to Crop on a little misdirection. If he can break a tackle, he may go. He's outside the 40. Nice move at the 30, inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Devin Crop with a good run for Louisiana. Nice design play as they faked the jet sweep and then ran a little counter play to Crop. And he had some running room.
Yeah, he wound and weaved his way up for a huge gain inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 for Louisiana. Out of the spread formation once again.
You know, and Schuyler County, that's kind of a gut punch for them. You got to capitalize now after it took them so long to eat up all that yardage and get this game tied.
They hand it off to Crop. He shakes and bakes right in the middle and cuts it up the middle after it was designed to go off right tackle. Good positive yardage once again for Crop, down to about the 16-yard line.
He put on the brakes and reassessed what the defense was doing and found himself 9 yards.
2nd and 1 from the 16-yard line of Schuyler County, down to 6:40, so plenty of time to play here in the half for the Dogs. Out of the spread formation, twins to the right and to the left. Luck in the backfield this time with Henderson. He'll hand it off to Luck. Not much going on there. He'll struggle forward and get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Started his dive a little early, came up short of that first down yard marker.
That was a slow developing play. Unlike, we haven't seen that one tonight. They've usually been little quick hitters to Crop, but that time it didn't quite develop fast enough. So 3rd and 1 for Louisiana, still on the Schuyler County 16-yard line. Crop back at the tailback position, out of the shotgun, Henderson. He'll take the snap, and we've got a whistle and
timeout defense.
Schuyler County timeout, their first timeout of the quarter, or half, I should say. And we'll take a break as well. 5:55 to play in the first half. We're tied at 14. And this is the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is Kelsey Henderson, RN Case Manager for Pike County Home Health. Pike County Home Health offers a variety of services from skilled nursing to rehabilitation therapies. Home health is covered 100% by Medicare, and we accept most forms of insurance. Our caregivers work with your doctor and design a plan of care specifically for your needs and abilities. Our goal is to help you take control of your treatment, prevent future declines in your health, and improve your safety at home. If you have any questions or home health needs, please contact us at 573-324-2111 or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, where they have clothing that's good for your soul. Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, just off the square in Bowling Green.
5:55 to play in the half. Louisiana with a 3rd down from the Schuyler County 16-yard line. 3rd and 1. They'll come out in the spread formation once again. Crop in the backfield with the quarterback. Henderson, twins to the left, single receiver to the right, strong left with the tight end. Henderson on a long snap count. He'll hand it to Crop. He goes up the middle off tackle, breaks the tackle, and he's going to go in. Devin Kropp from 16 yards out scores his third touchdown of the game for Louisiana, and they retake the lead with 5:52 to play in the first half. Well, it's been pretty much Kropp on the offensive side of the football for the Dogs. They'll go for two now. Henderson, they'll bring Love in motion, but the snap's over the head of Henderson. He'll just fall on it, and the two-point conversion will fail. So with 5:52 to play in the half, the Louisiana Bulldogs lead the Schuyler County Rams 20-14. You listen to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Mike's Tire and Service Center.
Well, in case you've been asleep or are not a baseball fan, there's a pretty important baseball series going on, actually in two venues, one in Colorado and one in St. Louis. And the Cardinals, they have no score in the bottom of the second against the Cubs, while Milwaukee leads Colorado in the third 1-0.
Milwaukee just can't lose.
It's unbelievable. They lose two of their top players, and they've gone on a run. As the Dogs did here, Devin Kropp with his third touchdown. They lead at 20-14. Luck will kick it away. They'll onside kick it once again right up front. I'm not sure I understand that. Great field position as it's covered by one of the up guys, big number 55, Hunter Byrne, B-Y-R-N, for Schuyler County, and they'll take over on their own 48-yard line. I've never have understood that. We've had coaches over the years do that pooch kick stuff, and
well, they figured out that line drive, so maybe they're just trying something different.
I mean, at least kick it out of bounds somewhere and give it to them on the 35 instead of the 47.
Seems like they always make them re-kick anymore.
So Schuyler County will have the football, and we've got a whistle and a timeout before they get this play off. And Louisiana will call their final timeout of the first half with 5:50 to play. 20-14 Louisiana. Listen to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by In-Lane Boutique, where trendy and classy clothing meets. Plus, remember to check out their home furnishings as well. In-Lane Boutique on the Square in Bowling Green.
After the Louisiana timeout, 5:50 to play in the half. 20-14 they lead it. Schuyler County has it on their own 47-yard line, and that's a little bit of an unusual timeout, wasn't it, coming out of a change of possession?
Yeah, now and you still have almost 6 minutes left in the quarter, and you're out of timeouts.
Right. If your guys get gassed, they're just going to have to suck it up because there's no way to stop the clock and give them a break.
Fake an injury.
There you go. The OSEC fall, right? Cooper's going to take it off right tackle. We've seen that a lot, and he's drugged down from behind. Lucky that wasn't a horse collar. It looks like they might have got him on the shoulder pad, maybe.
I think it was mid-back is what it looked like. I think that one was
close.
Yeah, it was. It was well within the legal parameters.
Positive yardage, Joe, for Cooper as he picks up about 2.5 yards and gets it into Louisiana territory at the 49.5-yard line. If you're watching, you've got a great view of it right here at midfield. And the Rams will come out, strong right power eye to the right once again. Beach. He's going to pitch it to Cooper. off right in. He breaks a tackle and is finally drugged down from behind by big number 69, I believe, Cole Martin. Actually, that's 66.
Yeah, I think they changed numbers. Someone was complaining about numbers. I think it might be Tyler York.
Okay, well.
It is York.
We'll change him to 66 then. But a good tackle. The problem is it was a little too late as Cooper had gained enough yards for the first down to the 42-yard line of Louisiana. Down to 4:50 to play. I think Schuyler would be content, wouldn't they? Just to pound, and burn some clock here and punch it in right at the end of the half. Juggled snap by Veach, but he forges forward and will pick up positive yardage. That ball popped up through his hands on the exchange, but he was able to control it.
I tell you what, though, York is pretty strong. He just slammed 2 guys at the end of that play.
Yeah.
He deserves a number like 66.
Yeah, you've got him and Glow, and big number 55 is David Whitehead. Looks like we're in maybe a 3-4 defense right now with 4 linebackers. And maybe that's the idea to stop that quarterback sneak. You got Glow at the nose tackle. He can clog things up, hopefully. And Schuyler will go on second down with 3:50 to play in the half. Veach, he'll pitch it and run to the left with Cooper. He cuts it back up inside. He's got some space. Now he reverses field, and he may go. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. From the 39-yard line, Wade Cooper for the touchdown. Cut it back and then cut back again. And nobody was home for Louisiana's defense, and Schuyler has their first lead of this football game.
Well, tied right now.
Well, that's true. They got to make this 2-point conversion. Don't want to get ahead of myself here because they haven't had a whole lot of success at this. And let's see what they do here. Looks like they're going to line up in the same formation. Power eye strong to the right. And they'll give it to Cooper off right tackle, and he won't get in, so we'll stay tied with 3:41 to play in the half. Your score, the Schuyler County Rams 20, Louisiana Bulldogs 20. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no further than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Paul Hill. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all your banking needs. So stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cindy Blaylock Insurance Agency, Young Enterprise, and J.D. Tire and Auto.
3:41 to play in the first half, and a 39-yard touchdown run by Wade Cooper ties the game at 20.
That's their biggest offensive play of the night, and a big one at this point of the first half.
Absolutely, and I hate to say this, but the Dogs look like they might be dragging just a little bit on that run. Once Cooper broke contain, there was nobody going to come close to catching him, and he's tied the football game. So they'll kick it away from their own 40-yard line. Big Bronson Shaw does the honors for them. They've onside kicked it the last time as well. Let's see if he wants to kick it deep. Looks like you've got Crop and Love back deep for Louisiana.
Look at it this way. Louisiana can score on the final play and then get the ball back to start the second half since they deferred.
There you have it. Just what the doctor ordered, right? Nope, it's going to be another swiv kick up front, and one of the big boys in the second line of command picks it up. That looks like that was Luck. Jordan, as a running back, I would have thought he might have wanted to grab that and run with it, right? But he just elected to fall on it.
Yeah, that's probably the safe thing to do. You know, Louisiana hasn't had the surest hands the last 10 years or so.
That's true, but when they kick it short like that, you've got one line to beat. If you beat that line, there's nobody else out there on an onside kick. But nonetheless, they'll have good field position at their own 42-yard line. Henderson, the quarterback, and we've got a whistle. I know I heard a whistle.
Yeah, it came in from the side judge on the far sideline.
Part of them stopped, part of the players stopped, part of them didn't. And I'm like, am I hearing things? Not sure what. I don't see a flag.
I don't think the ball was set correctly.
Well, that's been an issue.
Yeah.
So far tonight. So we'll redo it. Let's have a do-over. As the referee sets the football now with 3:37 to play in the first half. And they fumble a snap. On the exchange, Henderson tried to give it to Crop. They didn't make the exchange. And Big Bronson Shaw grabs the fumble, and the first turnover of the game will give the ball to Schuyler County deep in Louisiana territory at the 38-yard line. Oh, my, that's not what you wanted to see.
And that might just be a situation where they just haven't had many snaps together, not enough reps in this offense so far this season.
So now Schuyler County really has a chance to grind the Dogs down into the ground, pound the football with 3:34 to play in the half. $20 is our score if you're just joining us. Devin Crop with 3 touchdown runs for Louisiana.
I'd watch out for a pass here.
Out of the power eye, that's what we've seen. They usually either run it off tackle or run a pitch, or the quarterback sneak. They'll run it off left tackle. No, it's a play-action pass. You called it, Mark. And the pass is intended for the wide receiver, Noah Newland, but it was too tall for him, overthrown by about 5 yards. They tried to suck Louisiana in with that play action. You called it. But to no avail, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Didn't burn much clock, about 10 seconds on that play. Stick around, we'll have scores for you, some analysis of the first half. Probably talk a little baseball. We've got the rankings that came out on Tuesday for you as well.
And a little softball, Bulldog Invitational tomorrow, right?
That's right, it is tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will stay away. Off the snap off tackle, Cooper's going to break it outside this time. He's got some space. He's inside the 20 and gets knocked out of bounds. Wow. That play has not done a whole lot except for the last 2 times they've run it and went for a touchdown. And now a big gainer all the way down to the 9. Well, it looks like they'll mark it at about the 10, just inside the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Rams of Schuyler County in Queen City, Missouri, if you've never been to Queen City. Got a nice little restaurant up there between Queen City and Kirksville, actually. Let's see what the Bulldog defense can do. They need to stiffen up here. Deep in the red zone of the Rams. They hand it off to Cooper. He'll go off right tackle. Not much running in that time. He does pick up about 4, though. Gets it inside the 5-yard line, it looks like. And they'll mark it at they will mark it at the 4, so they'll give him 5 yards on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Veach under center. Pitches it to Cooper, and he's going to walk in. But a flag on the play, as our public address announcer.
It looks like a hold, doesn't it?
Lets us know.
And it is.
Another big holding penalty. Public address announcer for a long time here, Calvin Jesberg, has taught here at Louisiana since Methuselah was a baby. So the 10-yard penalty will help the Louisiana Bulldogs, as it'll be.
Wow. Takes it well outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, out to the 15-yard line to be exact. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 15. Down to 2:39 to play in the second quarter.
Wipe a touchdown off the board and a loss of 11 yards.
Beach with power eye to the right. He loses the handle on the exchange, and he's going to have to fall on it. So now it's all the way back to the 24-yard line, or 23 maybe. This is emblematic of what we've seen out of Louisiana. You get inside the 5-yard line and have penalty, fumble, and next thing you know, you're at your own 20. And actually, in this particular case, they're at the not at your own 20, at the 20-yard line, and they're out past the 20 of Louisiana at the 23, where it'll be 3rd and goal from the 23. Now, do you put it up?
Oh, you got to take your shot here.
They've got 2 timeouts left, so
you're not going to be able to run enough clock to keep Louisiana from getting the ball.
Looks like they're going to let the clock run down and maybe call a timeout. And
they got 2 left, don't they?
Rethink things. They do, and they do call a timeout with 1 tick on the play clock. The second timeout is what they will use, and Coach Corey Randall will talk about it. 1:47 to play in the half. We're tied at 20. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Fall's here, and that means football, hunting, and trucks. So come to Bowling Green Chevrolet, where it's truck month.
Only Bowling Green Chevrolet is offering up to $14,000 off new Silverado.
Wow, that's over 24% off.
And you'll have no payments until 2020. We'll even throw in a bed liner at no charge. Over 24% off, no payments until 2020, and a bed liner at no charge. Compare our prices 24/7 at BowlingGreenChevy.com, and you'll see why we're the largest dealer in the area. So find new roads to Bowling Green Chevrolet,
where you'll always feel at home.
With approved credit. See dealer for details.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week brought to you by DH Electric. Quality work at affordable prices. They can handle any project, residential, commercial, industrial, or agriculture. DH Electric in Bowling Green.
1:47 to play in the first half. And some penalty and a couple mistakes by Schuyler County have taken them from inside the 5 all the way out to the 23-yard line of Louisiana, where it'll be 3rd and goal from the 23. And Schuyler called a timeout. What are they going to do? They're going to draw a trick play here? Huh?
Well, I don't know, but I think they're still in 2-down territory, even though it's.
Oh, there's no question. Yeah, I don't think they have anybody that can kick a field goal, and they certainly aren't going to punt from here. So you're right, 4-down territory. And let's see if they want to put it up. Looks like they're going to come out in the spread formation this time. Well, actually, Beach is going to go under center, but they are going to spread it out with twins to the right and to the left, single back in the backfield. And they'll drop back, and they'll hand it off to the fullback, and he's a big boy. He struggles forward, big Bronson Shaw. They tried to trick Louisiana, spread out and make them think they were going to pass and run a little draw play. Positive yardage for Shaw inside the 20 to about the 19, where it'll be 4th and goal as the clock continues to run down to 1:24. They're probably going to try and run this clock out at this point. And
they can only run one more play. So
right. Well, they've got one more timeout, though, so they can run it down and run a play and then change of possession. They'll get it down as far as they possibly can, not give Louisiana much of a chance. 9 seconds on the play clock, so they'll be under a minute after they allow this play clock to run down. And they will burn their final timeout with 52.9 seconds to play in the half. We'll step aside as well. 20 all. Don't go away. The final seconds of the half are next on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Todd Watts Realty, Calumet of Missouri, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Well, they're at the half between Bowling Green and South Callaway, and the Bowling Green Bobcats have pulled ahead in that game 14-10.
South Callaway is receiving votes in the poll this week as my wife brings me sustenance. Thank you very much, dear. And Schuyler goes for it on 4th down. They're going to throw it deep. It's up, and it's caught. But is he in the end zone? No, he's out the back of the end zone, and he fell on the
jumping pit there.
The pole vault pit. Colby Frederick with a nice catch, but they're going to say he didn't get 1 foot in bounds, and he's going to be slow to get up as he fell on the box, it looks like. It's covered by wood. And a great pass and catch as they ran a little fly pattern to him. And he made the catch, but the official said he didn't have a foot in bounds, and the official wasn't exactly convincing with his call. So, so we can play this back tonight and see if he was actually in bounds or not. But the Dogs will take over on downs after the incomplete pass from their own 19-yard line. And they'll have 1st and 10 with 47 seconds to play. I think you play it safe here. There are no timeouts left for either club. You don't want to turn the ball over. Run a play. Let the clock run out.
Well, we know Veach can throw the ball now.
Yes, we do. That was actually a nice pass. Henderson's out of the shotgun, and they'll hand it off to Crop. Not much running room for him right there. In fact, he's going to lose a couple. And actually didn't run enough time off the clock to make that the last play. Well, maybe they did with 40-second play clock. And they can just let the clock run out, which would be highly advisable with the short crew that they have.
I'll do a fake kneel down.
Well, I'd say let's not get anybody hurt on this last play, and let's go to the locker room with nothing decided, and we get to play the second half to see who wins their first game. Looks like they are going to try and run a play with under 10 seconds. And they hand it off to Crop once again. He breaks a tackle. He's on the loose. Is he going to get away? He's at the 40. He's got one man to beat him. He can't beat him. He's tackled at the 50-yard line.
That's it.
And that'll do it for the first half. Well, they didn't. That's why I'm up here broadcasting and not coaching. Crop nearly broke it for a touchdown. And he's tripped up, however. That'll do it for the first half. Your score, the Louisiana Bulldogs 20, the Schuyler County Rams 20. Halftime show is next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 Halftime Report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
As a farmer, you rely on rainfall to ensure your crop production, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Droughts can happen and do. Long dry spells can ruin your crops, but shouldn't ruin your life. With a pasture, rangeland, and forage policy through NAU Country Insurance Company and Bowling Green Insurance Agency, you'll be provided with the extra protection you need. Contact Fred Carlson at Bowling Green Insurance to discuss how PRF can help manage your risk. NAU Country Insurance Company is an equal opportunity provider.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 Halftime Report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Welcome back to Cunningham Field. As nothing has been decided here in the first half, Mark. We expected a competitive game, and we've got exactly that.
And both teams put some points on the board. Louisiana, they've been the Devin Crop show so far in the first half with 3 touchdowns, and for Schuyler County, it's just pound it. rough and tumble type football, just trying to wear down Louisiana, and they've done a pretty good job of it. The Bulldogs have never trailed in this one, but after 2 quarters, they don't lead either.
Wade Cooper with 2 touchdown runs and Bronson Shaw with a touchdown run to account for the scoring for Schuyler County. And so we are tied at 20. Turnovers are even at 1 apiece. So pretty much as even as you could ask for and kind of what we expected in the pregame.
Yeah, it's just it's a night where whatever team is standing at the final horn is going to come away with the victory, and whoever can get that last stand, that one stand maybe. Louisiana got a couple of stops early, but couldn't make that initial lead stick, and now they find themselves in a dogfight for the final 2 quarters.
And actually, we don't have any statistics, but if we did, the total yardage would be
and time of possession, too.
Heavily in favor of Schuyler because Louisiana, their first score, they started the drive on their own, what about the 20-yard line after they pinned them in their own end.
Uh-huh.
And then Cody Love ran a punt return back to about the 20. Then Luck on an interception got it inside the 5 for their second score. And so they haven't had to go very far on their possessions now. We have seen Crop with some positive yardage, like the final play of the half there. We had a nice run. But overall, like you said, Schuyler's been pounding it, and time of possession and total yardage would heavily favor the Rams.
That interception, that was one to behold. I'm not sure what it hit, if it hit a helmet or hands or what, but it went well up in the air, and then it was just camping under it, can of corn, center fielder, yeah. and was able to actually get some momentum behind him before he started his run up the field.
Schuyler, with that turnover, Louisiana fumbled deep in their own end, which cost them a score as well. So both teams converted the turnovers into scores. And so it's about as even as you could. I mean, you start talking about all that stuff and think about it. It's 20-20 on the scoreboard, and even though the total yards is pretty lopsided in time of possession, everything else that's really important is fairly even.
But you got to hand it to Coach Calhoun's boys. They still look like they're physically in this game. There was a couple times where they had the slumped shoulders, whatnot, but they always got back up to the line and kept fighting for the first 2 quarters. I think they're going to surprise us here in the second half.
Yeah, after that Cooper 39-yard touchdown run, they looked tired, but they came back and, as you said, stopped them on the next drive. Schuyler got deep in their own end and had a penalty and then a couple of miscues on the snap and ended up back at the 24-yard line or whatever, and then dodged a bullet with a long pass in the back of the end zone that they ruled the receiver was out of the end zone. So we're tied at 20, and we expect more excitement here in the second half, so don't go away. We'll be back with some scores and some talk about the little softball action after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard and see what we can track down for you. As Mark told you right before the end of our half, Bowling Green leads South Callaway 14-10 at half. Montgomery County leads Mark Twain 24-16. I don't have a score on Clopton-Ellsbury at Wright City. North Shelby came back and beat North Andrew 46-36 in an 8-man game. Macon leads Moberly 25-21, that at half as well. Marceline over Paris 17-0.
Francis Howell has opened it up on Troy 28-17. And Pleasant Hill Western, their co-op leads the Calhoun Brussels co-op 14-12 in the second quarter. Don't have a score on Pittsfield against South County, but I just wanted to say South County's mascot because I love it.
Pretzels.
The pretzels, yeah. Gotta love the pretzels.
Yeah. Centralia leads Brookfield 20-0. And North Callaway, they lead Van Far 64-20. That in the fourth quarter. So there's some scores from around the area for you. Palmyra defeated South Shelby as that just popped up. Actually, that's not true. That was last week.
Yeah.
So those are some scores for you around the area. Clark County actually beat South Shelby this week 22-0. But let's talk a little softball. As the Louisiana Bulldog Invitational is tomorrow. And
mid-fourth, by the way, Milwaukee leads Colorado 2-1, and the Cubs and Cards in the top of the fourth are tied 0-0.
Come on, Rockies.
Yeah.
Save us.
Come on, Cards.
Save us from ourselves, would you please. Tomorrow is the Louisiana Bulldogs Softball Invitational over at Wallace Park, just across the way here. They've got 8 teams in it. Father Tolton is the top seed this year.
Yep, and they'll start off games at 9 o'clock, bright and early tomorrow. The two early games on the old field, Montgomery County and Ellsbury, that's the 4-5 matchup. And on the new field, the Bulldogs have to play the first game as the 6th seed against 3-seed Van Far. But I tell you what, Louisiana hasn't been playing like a 6th seed the last week. They've been pretty darn good, scored a couple of big conference wins.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row, and I think they've already played this year, and it was a 1-0 game. Van Far won, so yeah.
And then the second set of games on the old field will be number 2 Monroe City against number 7 Clopton, and the number 1 seed Father Tolton against number 8 seed Wellsville Middletown. That's at 10:30 on the new field. The semifinals will be played at noon and 1:30, and then the third place game and consolation game will play simultaneously at 3 o'clock. The championship game at 4:30 tomorrow. And the Bulldog Invitational.
All weather permitting.
We're going to get it in. We're going to get it in.
They say it's going to rain. And, of course, they said it was going to rain a number of times this week, and we didn't get any rain. Just a little sprinkle this morning.
The new field can handle a lot more than the old field.
Oh, most definitely it could. It's got that turfus on there, if you're not familiar with that. The baseball field around over here, it can take more rain than any field, any dirt field that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Back when my kids were in school, it could rain an inch, and in a half hour you'd play baseball.
Uh-huh.
Let's take a look at the football rankings, the Missouri media football rankings. Not a whole lot around the area to tell you about, actually. There are no EMO conference schools ranked at all. South Callaway was getting votes last week. They are no longer getting votes. The top team in Class 1 is Lincoln. A couple teams you'd be familiar with. Valley Catholic's at 7. Marceline is at 8. In Class 2, Cardinal Ritter's the top-ranked team there. A number of CCC schools, Centralia at 5, Clark County at 8, Palmyra at 9, and Monroe City receiving votes there as well. In the other classes, no schools even around the area. DeSmet is the top. The Class 6 poll is they beat
CBC
on TV last Friday night, actually.
That was a several year losing streak to CBC too.
It was. In Class 5, Fort Zumwalt North is the top-ranked team. In Class 4, I think the defending state champ is Ladue, and they are the top-ranked team in Class 4 as well. And in Class 3, familiar face the top of that poll as well, Blair Oaks, as they've been good for many, many years.
You know how I know so much about CBC? My dad starts telling me. He goes into great detail about CBC, what CBC's doing. I tell him, I didn't go to CBC. All my brothers did. I didn't go. I went to DeBerg. We don't really play football. We've got a team, but we don't really play football there.
Something's amiss there. Something's really wrong with all that. That's going to do it for our halftime show. About 2:50 to go before they put the 3 minutes, I think, back on the clock for stretching here at halftime. We're tied at half, 20-20. The Dogs and the Schuyler County Rams. Don't go away. We'll have the second half for you next on Eagle 102.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Welcome back to Cunningham Field as Schuyler County has reappeared, but I don't see any of the Bulldogs.
Well, they're down there.
Are they?
Yeah, they're just out of your view.
Got a bad angle here. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the cubes in this press box being too small or us being too big. I'm not quite sure. Well, I figured that out yet, but
I'm gonna say that they're just the perfect size. They just need windows in between, like a lot of the places we've been.
Yeah, it makes it kind of challenging.
If you could get a saw and
cut a window in this
exactly. So watch out for those wires, though.
Yeah, I'm not really that Mr. Fix-It kind of guy. I'll let you do that.
At the half, Wright City leads Clopton-Ellsbury 12-7. So they got a close one there through 2 quarters.
And Clopton-Ellsbury, we were talking about players and teams before the game started. Had one of the better quarterbacks in the area, and he really showed his stuff last week in your all's game at Van Far.
Yeah, he kept finding Kyle Martin. Found him 3 times for 30-plus each time and touchdowns. And the last one to make it 41-0 was about the prettiest pass I've seen in years in high school football. Just the touch on it and put it right in the corner of the end zone for the waiting arms of Kyle Martin to round out that victory.
And Wright City's pretty good. Who they upset last week? They beat somebody that was a little bit of a show. They beat North Callaway, which was a little bit of an upset. And of course, North Callaway's having a pretty easy time with Van Far tonight.
Well, and Wright City had been getting some love in the St. Louis area media polls in their list of small schools. They showed up in their rankings, which isn't statewide. It's just kind of the St. Louis area.
Right.
But for a team that far outside the city limits to make that, you got to have something pretty good. And Wright City hasn't had that since the days of that great running back, which was when Bowling Green was going to the championship game. That's been quite a while ago.
Bowling Green I think South Callaway in the preseason discussions would have been the favorite to win the EMO conference, and Bowling Green was leading them at half, 14-10. So they've kind of had a up and down year, and they started the season off with 2 tough games with South Shelby and Palmyra. Nobody wants to start the year like that.
Yeah, and they should have won that South Shelby game the first week. They had some things going against them and just couldn't get that one offensive push to get them over the edge. It was a close game, and they had a chance to tie it or take the lead and couldn't put the 2-point conversion across early and just couldn't ever pull it even.
And that's kind of all you ask for, right? It's a chance to win it late in the game. Mm-hmm. But it didn't work out for them. Well, both teams are back on the field, and the officials are chatting with them. I'm not sure what they're getting ready to do. 20 seconds on the clock. Louisiana deferred. They won the toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball to start the second half, and they'll move from our left to our right.
I'm fully expecting another either squib or onside attempt here from Schuyler County.
Crop and Cody Love will go back deep for Louisiana, but as Mark said, they swift kicked the last 3 times they've kicked it, so I would be shocked if they kick it deep. Obviously, they're not terribly confident in their special teams kick coverage. And a big fullback, Bronson Shaw, will do the honors once again.
Heck, I'd put one of the deep men a little closer up at this point.
You'd think he's big enough. If he got into it, he could bust her down there around the 20 or so. But
power and kicking ability are 2 very, very different things.
Yeah. That's never truer statement said. You got to have some.
That ball's shaped funny. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
You got to have some dancing skills or something, right? So here comes that onside kick, and it's going to be picked up by Henderson at the 45-yard line. And so Louisiana will have another great starting field position at their own 45 after the onside kick failed. It's interesting. The front guys on the kick return team, they don't even pay any attention to the football, really. They just let it go, and they expect the second line guys to pick it up. And so far, it's worked. So Louisiana will come out in the spread formation. Cameron Henderson's the quarterback. Devin Crop at the tailback. Split receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Luck is in the slot. Defense jumps around as Henderson goes on a hard snap count. Still 15 on the shot or play clock. And now they'll snap it. They fake the handoff. Henderson's going to keep it. He goes up the middle. He's got some running room. Across the 50 to the 40, up the right sideline. Cuts it back inside at about the 31-yard line where he'll be knocked out of bounds. So a good run of 25 yards roughly for Cam Henderson on the first play from scrimmage for Louisiana.
He's busted off a couple of pretty decent chunks tonight. First game back at the quarterback position. He's doing pretty good.
Fake the handoff to Crop. Of course, Schuyler keying on him a bit after his long run right at the end of the first half. Now they'll come out in I formation this time with twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Let's see if Henderson wants to go under center as they look to the sidelines and go to the wristbands, which is the modern-day way of calling plays.
Even in softball.
They'll go with an offset I formation. With the play clock down to 6, they get it off no problem. Crop right up the middle. Not much running room for him there. He'll get across the line of scrimmage, and looks like they'll give him about a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9 as we still see that lightning way off in the distance.
Let's not even talk about that stuff.
The last thing we need is a lightning delay.
They took the yard back at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, what happened? He went forward. I guess, again, they decided his forward motion had been stopped. Ball just inside the back side of the nose of the football on the 30-yard line in Schuyler County territory. Louisiana slowing things down on offense quite a bit here as we start this second half. As the play clock's down to about 10, they'll take the snap and hand it off to Crop off left tackle. He decided to cut it back up the middle, but nothing doing there for him. He will pick up a couple of positive yards. Looked like, from our angle, it looked like he had a running lane continuing off left tackle towards the sidelines, but he decided to break it inside. They'll give him 3, maybe 2.5. We'll call it 3rd and 7.
He thought he saw something we didn't.
It's a whole different view down there on the field than it is from up here, that's for sure. Plus, we don't have anybody chasing us.
Usually.
That's not till after the game.
Yeah.
Under 10 minutes to play here in the third. We're tied at 20. Henderson's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a receiver open, but it's too tall. Intended for Cody Love in the right corner of the end zone, and about a arm's length too long for the Bulldogs, and it'll be 4th down. They're in 4-down territory as they won't punt from the 26-yard line. And they'll look to the sidelines for their play once again.
Maybe a little play action here.
Or draw play. They're going to go out of the spread formation this time with Crop in the backfield. Henderson's going to hand it to Crop off right tackle, and they've got that one figured out. Big tackle that time by Branson Shaw for a loss on the play, and the Dogs will turn it over on downs.
Schuyler County will take over right at the 31-yard line, or right at the 30, actually. They'll set it down.
Well, positive yardage, but no points for the Dogs as the drive stalled as they got inside the 30-yard line. We're down to 9:20 to play in the third. We're still tied at 20. So let's see if Schuyler comes out with their same MO, power I formation, and just pound the football with Wade Cooper to the outside and Branson Shaw up the middle out of his fullback position. They'll start with the tailback, and he nearly broke it. Somebody got him by the shoulder, Wade Cooper on the run, and the defender drug him down, spun him around actually.
Jacob Gray on the stop.
But not until he picked up 9 yards on the carry, or maybe 8 as they move the stick back just a hair. Looks like the ball rests on about the 38, and they need to get just inside the 40 for the first down. So we'll call it 2nd and a short 2 for the Rams with 8:50 to play here in the third. Power I formation once again, strong to the left this time. Quarterback is Gavin Veach.
Uh-oh.
And he'll go up the middle.
There was all sorts of confusion there. He looked one way, and the guy wasn't there, and looked the other way, and the guy was right on top of him, and there's just nowhere to go.
So a loss. Well, actually,
they're going to give him almost the first down. They are going to give him the first down.
Oh, my goodness. I guess when he got tackled, he got knocked forward enough as the nose of the football gets to the 40-yard line.
That's a generous spot, if you ask me.
I'm telling you. We had a couple interesting ones here, for sure. So it'll be first down from their own 40 for the Rams of Schuyler County. Down to 8:10 to play in the third quarter. We're still tied at 20. No scoring so far here in the third quarter. Again, Cooper on the handoff, off right tackle. Not much room for him to run that time. As the defense closed quickly, the linebackers came. And they'll give him about a half a yard on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and a long 9.
Lock in on the tackle with a few others.
Louisiana in a 3-4 defense. And the defense has been pretty good with the exception of one long run. It's been sustained drives for Scotland County with the exception of the turnover. Now they pitch it outside, and Cooper's going to break a tackle, gets to the outside, but the defense closes quickly. As Crop in on the tackle along with Henderson, and there is a flag on the play. Gain of about 7 on the carry. That's generally in the area of holding, and that's what it is. Boy, they've had, that's got to be 5, maybe 6 holding calls on Schuyler County in this game.
And they've all been wiping off pretty decent runs.
Wiped a touchdown out late in the late in the second quarter and actually assisted Louisiana in keeping Schuyler out of the end zone late in that quarter.
Bad news for Louisiana. Crop is on the bench in some sort of pain.
Yeah, that's not a good thing at all. Maybe he just needs a bit of a rest.
It looked like he was holding his side or holding his elbow. Nope, he's cramped. They're going to try and stretch him out. That's good that all it is a cramp. But
he's slugging down Gatorade or something. So they'll work on him on second down, second and about 19 for Schuyler. They hand it off to Cooper once again off right tackle. And he'll gain positive yardage.
About 8. Yeah, maybe not 8.
Short of the original line of scrimmage by about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 12. Down to 6:50 to play in the third. As the clock continues to run, as both teams are content to run the football.
And to use as much clock in between plays as they can. Schuyler's running a little quicker offense, but not by much.
On third down, out of the power I, strong to the left this time. Veach under center. They'll pitch it to the right side and run the sweep to the right. It's Cooper once again.
Ooh, it's going to be close.
Man, they had him down, and he just kept going. They hit him at the 40-yard line at the line of scrimmage, and he ended up picking 12 yards. Picking up 12 yards after the initial contact into Louisiana territory. Good for the first down.
All the way to the Bulldog 47.
In fact, it looked like they about had him down, and another defender came from the backside and jettisoned him forward to help pick up that first down. So after a good 2 downs for the Dogs, the third not so good on defense, and Schuyler continues their drive from deep in their own end. Power right this time for the Rams. They'll run it to the left side to Cooper. He'll go off left tackle, breaks another tackle, picks up more yardage. Still on his feet, spins at the 40, down inside to 35, and they just can't tackle this guy. He's a little whirling dervish right now.
Monjara has finally got him.
All the way down to the Louisiana 32-yard line, and another first down for the Rams.
They're taking all sorts of chunks of yardage now. And they're going right back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to wear the Dogs down, just pound and pound, as you mentioned in the first half. Strong left this time. Will they run it to the right? Yes, they will. Kind of getting predictable, and Cooper's going to get outside for another good gain of about 5, maybe 6 on first down. Staying ahead of the chains is a good thing. Looks like actually they're going to give him 6. And it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 27-yard line. Down to 5:15 to play in the third. We're still tied at 20. No one scored here in this third quarter. But Schuyler County's on the move. Nice night. Has it cooled off any? Hadn't cooled off in here very much. Yeah, a little breeze outside. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Nice crowd still here for Louisiana. On second down, it'll be Cooper again. It's Cooper right, Cooper left. He gets around left in. He breaks it outside at the 15, and he's spun down on the tackle by Sean McBride. But another big game, but a flag is on the play.
And it looks like might be another hold.
Well, that would be an odd spot for a hold coming from the side judge away from the run.
He might not be able to throw very far.
So the referee's going to walk over and say, what do you got, my friend? Blocking the back. So that's one of those calls that drives you nuts. It was a play going the other way, and maybe your guy hits the guy in the back a little bit. And did it have anything to do with the play? Probably not. But
that makes it even more of a killer for the coach.
It's a big break for Louisiana as
takes all the way back to 2nd and 7.
Cooper had got it down inside the 20, almost to the 15, and they're out at about the 29-yard line now, where it's 2nd and 7. As he had the first down with the run.
Does he go to the right this time?
Nope. Now they're going to run behind the strength, and it's been all Cooper. Cooper's run every play in this third quarter, if I'm not mistaken, for Schuyler County.
So it's close to a first down, probably about 3 chain links short. Bring up third down. And now they're going to measure.
Officials timeout.
They are. I just talked about this will be the first measurement I've seen all year. Looks like maybe Crop's back up and in the game.
Yes, he is. It's even farther away than they thought. No, he called first down when it was short. And he's like, whoops, didn't mean to do that.
This officiating's a tough gig, boys. Let me tell you.
They've done a good job. Just a couple of head scratchers in there away from the ball.
So now it should be 4th and about 1, but the chain gang had stretched it out to where it looked like it was 4th and about 4. Now they get it moved back. And it's 4th and 1 from the 23, maybe 22-yard line, 22-yard line.
Clog that middle.
And now I hear another whistle. And what is that whistle all about?
Going to the coaching staff for Schuyler County. Says, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Coach is complaining about something. Their head coach is Corey Randall. Official gives him an explanation, and now what are they going to do, call timeout?
I believe they are.
Well, he's going to bring the team over. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Or at least huddle them up.
You all can see this if you're watching on video. If you can tell me what's going on, you're better than me.
Yeah, you just huddled them up. Yeah. Change the play.
Play clock hadn't started yet, so
why not?
What the heck? So we'll go at 4th and 1 again, back from the 22-yard line. And Schuyler lined up in the power to the left this time in the power I formation. Beach is going to hand it off to Cooper. He goes across right tackle. He has first down.
He's still on his feet.
Still on his feet. Oh, my goodness. I thought he broke out of the pack once again, but that was a big fullback leading the way. And a big first down run, or fourth down run, I should say, for Cooper inside the 15-yard line down to about the 14.
Needed the length of a football, got about 10 after all that dragging of the defense.
So it's first down for Schuyler with 4:12 to play in the third, in the red zone, deep in the Louisiana territory. It's been all Cooper so far. So I'm betting they're going to give it to somebody else for too long and surprise the Bulldogs. There it is right there. They give it to Shaw. He breaks a tackle. Tries to stay on his feet, puts a hand down, but couldn't find his footing. Falls forward, and he'll pick up maybe 3.
Yeah, it looks like 2.5, 3 yards.
Down to about the 11-yard line, about the length of the football, shy of the 10, where it'll be second and along 7 with 3:30 to play in the third. We've only had, this is just the second offensive series in this whole quarter. Louisiana had the ball, and now Schuyler's first series, and they've continued to run the clock. And they give it to Cooper, and he's going to break outside, cuts it back inside, and he's in for the touchdown. Wade Cooper from 11 yards out.
That's the first lead of the night for Schuyler County.
3:12 to play in the third. Well, it's a long ride from here to Queen City, and the young Cooper lad is going to be tired.
Yeah, I bet he sleeps on the way home.
If it's not too hot on the bus.
I bet he sleeps anyway.
They'll go for 2, as they have the entire game. You know who's got it, Cooper.
And he's in, isn't he?
He's still on his feet.
Oh, I think they pushed him back short.
They're going to say he is short, so the run fails. They finally stop Cooper, And with 3:12 to play in the third quarter, Schuyler County with their first lead. They lead at 26-20 over the Bulldogs. You're listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections, air conditioning services, brakes, shocks, custom exhausts, as well as minor repairs. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Twin Pike Family YMCA and Kathy Clean.
26-20, Schuyler County leads it. 3:12 to play in the third quarter. An 11-yard run by Wade Cooper puts him on top. That's Cooper's third touchdown of the game, so he matches Louisiana's Devin Kropp with 3 touchdown runs. And they're a little slow coming back from the change of possession as both teams are just now coming back on the field.
I bet they're gassed.
Well, I know I would be if I were them. Of course, I would be gassed if I had to run 20 yards, so that's a whole different conversation.
I got three softball games to play on Sunday.
Oh, well, good for you.
I might not be able to do that game next Friday. I don't know.
Talk to you on Monday. Good thing you work nights. You'll have all day to rest.
Well, I went ahead and took off. That's birthday number 41 for me on Sunday.
Oh, there you go. Another onside kick, and it's loose, and Henderson will fall on it. Bronson Shaw with the onside kick. A little deeper as Henderson didn't quite find the handle initially, but fell on it. And so they'll have still good field position at about the 40-yard line. Check that, the 39-yard line. But not as good as they've had in many of their possessions of this game. They've got to get it going on the offensive side of the football.
Been a quarter and a third since they put any points on the board.
And they had some positive yardage in the first drive of this quarter, but stalled out at the Schuyler 30-yard line. Trips to the right this time. Henderson spins out, and he's going to throw it deep, and he's got Love wide open, and he overshoots him. Cody Love all alone down the right sideline. The pass about 2 yards too deep, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Good idea. Just need to find that touch.
Good draw up to that play. They faked the inside handoff and reverse spin out by Henderson. Good job by the offensive line, giving him time to throw it, and just a little bit too deep. From the 39-yard line, second down for the Dogs. They'll go twins to the left this time, single receiver to the right, Kropp in the backfield with Henderson out of the shotgun. And the snap goes through his hands. He's going to have to fall on it. Does he recover it?
He does.
He does. And had a number of large dudes fall on top of him.
Which can't feel good, especially.
The loss is about 9 all the way back to the 30-yard line. They have to get to the 49 for the first down. It's third down and 19. Twins to the right, or check that, trips to the right this time. Luck in the backfield with Henderson, single receiver to the left. I believe that's Kropp. He's got single coverage. Henderson under pressure, gets away from it. Now drops back, throws it across the middle. It's partially deflected at the line of scrimmage and will fall incomplete. Intended for Love once again.
They caught him again as he released that ball, and he threw it pretty much right into the ground.
I said it was Kropp to the left. It was actually Monjarez in single coverage. And so now the Dogs will have to punt it away from their own 30, as I believe that's Kropp, isn't it? He's done the punting so far, and back deep is a workhorse Wade Cooper for Schuyler. Good snap, kicks end over end. Cooper will come up and tries to make the catch, fumbles it. It's loose on the ground. Who's going to come away with it? There's a fight for it.
It's
and I think Schuyler got it back. I think they did.
Number 1.
Number 1 or number 11? Number 11, Taryn Gray.
It was 11? All right.
Came away with it. He's been in the game off and on and did a good job swooping that ball in because that was trouble in the making for the Rams. Down to 2:16 to play in the third.
That came off the foot very oddly of Croft. Did you hear
like a smack, wasn't it?
Yeah, like he hit it right off his shoelaces or something. But whatever it did, it caused problems for Cooper on the back end.
So Schuyler with the ball on their own 43-yard line. And I think we can suspect or expect more doses of Cooper. And they hand it to him off right tackle. He's going to be jammed up that time at the line of scrimmage and tackled. And on the tackle was Luck for Louisiana. Looks like no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a small victory there.
It is. Down under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 26-20, Schuyler County on top after the 11-yard Cooper touchdown run. Down to 135. Out of the power eye strong to the left this time. Yep, they'll pitch it to Cooper. He's going to get around left end. He makes it to the corner, cuts back. Now he's got some room to run. He's at the 40, turns on the Jets, cuts back at the 30. And a good defensive play that time by number 20, Sheldon Sylvie, to save a touchdown for Louisiana as Cooper broke free and got all the way down to the 24-yard line of Louisiana.
Not taking anything away from Sylvie, but I think if he had his head up on that one and saw that he was coming in on a freshman about a quarter of his size, he would have run right at him or run right over him instead of trying that cutback move and allowing the youngster to make the stop.
I would agree 100%, but a good play nonetheless by Sylvie. It saved a touchdown for sure, but they're deep in Louisiana territory once again, are the Rams, with a first down at the 23. Strong right this time, and Cooper gets it, and he's going to be knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Glow on the tackle that time for the Dogs.
Real good ankle tackle that time by Dalton.
He did get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds to play in the quarter. 26 on the play clock, so we'll have to run one more play in this third quarter. Who do you think's going to get the ball?
I'd say he probably has a 2 and a 4 on his back.
Chances are, right? Are they going to surprise us and give it to Shaw? Nope, they're going to run the sweep to Cooper. He's going to cut it back up inside, breaks it to the outside now, and he'll get it across the 20-yard line down to about the 17-yard line, and that should be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be.
I'll tell you what, Sylvie has his number.
Yeah, he does. That'll do it for the third quarter. The Schuyler County Rams 26, Louisiana Bulldogs 20. The fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
You can now check your cash flow on the go with Bank of Louisiana's mobile banking. We're helping you manage your money from here, there, and everywhere with our new mobile and text banking services. You can check balances, view account history, transfer funds, and pay bills all from your phone. Visit us online at www.bola.cc for more information and to enroll for mobile banking. Bank of Louisiana, proud to be your hometown bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. That's where Pike County Memorial Hospital's physical and occupational therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let the team at PCMH focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital, community-owned, nationally known.
This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, where they have clothing that's good for your soul. Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, just off the square in Bowling Green.
26-20 our score as we prepare to start the fourth quarter. Schuyler County on the move offensively once again. And as Mark and I chatted during the commercial break, a touchdown here, and it seems like big trouble for Louisiana, Mark, as the Louisiana offense is stalled in the second half.
A couple of scoring updates. The Indian Hawks now lead Wright City 14-12 at the end of 3, and neither team scored, so it's still 14-10 Bobcats in their ball game.
Schuyler County goes on third down. They give it to Cooper once again. He's going to have positive yardage across the 10-yard line, and that'll be good for first down yardage, actually.
First and goal.
See where they're going to mark it. Well, they took a step back. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the 10-yard line. So he's going to be.
First and goal for the win.
Well, they're going to mark it right on the 10, so it is going to be first and goal.
The only thing that's going to help now is one of those fumbles or another holding penalty.
Couple holding penalties to push him back. Yeah. Schuyler has dominated this second half so far, leading 26-20. And on the move, first and goal from the Louisiana 10. Pitch to Cooper to the left. He can run towards the flag if he wants. Yeah. He's just going to cut it up inside and kind of waltzes in for the touchdown. 10-yard run by Cooper. And Schuyler County stretches their lead. First play of the third quarter. 32-20 our score right at the moment. They'll go for 2. Will the Rams. And that feels like the dagger for the Dogs, unless they can summon some energy on the offensive side of the football, which has been pretty stagnant here in the second half. Power eye to the right, and they'll go to the right side to Cooper, and he'll waltz in for the score. The 2-point conversion is good, so with 11:33 to play in the ball game, the Schuyler County Rams 34, Louisiana Bulldogs 20. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, visit Pogue Ford in Bowling Green and enjoy your next buying experience. At Pogue, they go the extra mile to make sure you walk away with more than just a car or a truck. They'll give you an automotive home. Pogue Ford has the new or pre-owned vehicle you're looking for, and if they don't, they'll find it. Plus, they're available for all your automotive service needs. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Mutual Insurance, and Bowling Green Tractor.
Some other scores, the Oaken Bucket game. Pleasant Hill leads Calhoun 22-18. Francis Howell leads Troy 42-24 now. Like I said, Clopton Ellsbury's pulled ahead of Wright City 14-12 now in the fourth quarter. And Bowling Green still leaves South Callaway 14-10 on the road.
The Oak and Bucket game.
Oaken Bucket.
Oaken Bucket.
Yes, it's Oaken.
What is Oaken? Is that a form of an oak tree that's turned into a bucket? Or
do you want? I'm not a wood expert or a bucket expert.
I have to look it up, right?
Yeah.
Oaken Bucket. All right. Or somebody from Pleasant Hill.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us? Your wife ought to know, isn't she?
She's a
Illinoisan.
She's a Griggsville Perry. They didn't have football there. Now they co-op it.
Shaw pops it straight up in the air, and it's going to be loose. And who's going to come away with it? It looks like Schuyler's going to come away with it.
Did that go 10 yards?
It certainly did. It went about 14 yards, and I've never seen – it was supposed to be an onside kick, and he missed it, and it went straight up in the air. And
I really don't think you can do that. I think – doesn't it have to touch the ground for like –
I think it hit a Louisiana player. There were two players, Louisiana and Schuyler guy there together, and I think it may have hit the Louisiana guy first.
That's the only way that's illegal.
Yeah, because after it goes 10 yards, it's free. It's a free ball after 10 yards.
Well, but it has to touch the ground first.
Does it?
I think, yeah. Pretty sure.
Well, nonetheless.
And now the officials are going to talk about things.
Well.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Smith is saying on the near sideline, is that shouldn't have been a legal kick.
You're all over it. Now we're going to have all the officials, all 5 of them, we're going to have a Geneva Convention here to discuss this. So the question is, did it hit the Louisiana player first? That's going to be the question.
They're going to keep it the way it is, but the only way it's legal is if it hit the Louisiana player first.
Well, they're still having a conversation about it.
I'll have to go back and watch that one too.
There's a couple that we need to see.
I know it hit a Louisiana player, but I thought it glanced off a shoulder pad first.
It could have. They were both right there together, no question about it. But they're going to give it to Schuyler, so the second turnover of the game puts the Rams back in business as they're in Louisiana territory, and they hand it off to Cooper off right tackle. He breaks another tackle or two down across the 35-yard line, as Louisiana has had no answer for him in the second half. I think they just went into the locker room in the second half at halftime and just said, boys up front, we're going to give our buddy old Wade Cooper the ball. Yeah, block somebody in the red, and we're going to see.
They just went down. They didn't even make it to the locker room. They just went down past the.
Oh, is that right?
Past the track down there, ate some orange slices, and said, "Boys, let's go. Are you with me?"
So we're going to measure again. I haven't seen a measurement for 2 years. Now I get to see 2 in one game. What happened to the idea of going, yeah, it looks like a first down? I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, as they give them a first down. Is it in the pros and college, or just the pros where they have those lasers now on the sticks, and it shows you whether it's a first down or not? Pretty slick little deal. I think must just be in the pros.
Yeah,
colleges probably can't afford sticks that expensive.
Did you see the ref in JUCO ball the other day get shot in the face with a cannon after a touchdown?
I did.
Oh my goodness, that's a bad day right there.
Yeah, you're just moseying along after a touchdown and get blasted by the cannon.
Luckily, there was no ball inside.
Well, and in Division I football, they've made them take those cannons away from the field. Missouri used to have one right down by the field. It's not by the field anymore. Little misdirection counterplay this time to a different receiver or different running back. Was that big Mr. Shaw? It was.
Yeah, it was.
And Cooper, for the first time, got a play off.
I think that's the first time since early in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shaw had 1 carry in the third.
They give him a yard on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 8. We're down to 10:30 to play in the ball game. 34-20, Schuyler County on top. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. We were tied at 20 at half.
And there is no circumstance where Schuyler County's going to put the ball in the air.
I can't imagine. Veach on the handoff now to Shaw. He comes out of the tailback position, goes off left tackle, and has some space, keeps his feet. He's going to go in. Is he going to make it? He loses the handle. They knock him out of bounds before he gets to the pylon.
That's going to be 1st and goal. And
big gain of about 32 yards, but he needed 33. And they're going to mark it. Actually, they're going to mark him back at about the 2-yard line. So I'm guessing they're figuring he's rested up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Cooper might have run himself out of gas, and time to give someone else some stats.
So Shaw takes it inside the 5. Looks like they've got him marked at about the extra point, just inside the extra point hash mark, about the 2-yard line. And Schuyler is on the move. And Beach runs it in for a touchdown, but we've got a flag, 2 flags actually. Somebody was offsides or procedure or something. We'll see who it's on.
They were trying to blow it dead as soon as the ball was snapped, so.
You're right, dead ball, illegal procedure. So break for the Bulldogs. They'll mark it back to the 7-yard line and wipe out the touchdown once again. Although the touchdown should have never occurred since it was a dead ball penalty. And it'll be 1st and goal from they've got 8 on the scoreboard, so let's go with 8. 9:34 to play in the game, 34-20. The Rams on top. Out of the power I formation once again. Veach, strong to the right. They'll pitch it to Cooper. He bounces it outside and he's drugged down. Dalton Glow in there again on the tackle. Love was in the area. And they stop him for loss of 1. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 9. 2 touchdowns by Cooper in the second half, our only scoring, breaking a 20-all tie at halftime. Out of the power I once again. Cooper's at his normal spot, the tailback. They'll pitch it to him again off right tackle. Not a whole lot of running room there as well. He'll pick up a couple yards. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 7. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 7.
Shaw's got to be thinking, what about me?
Yeah.
I got you down to the 2-yard line. How about a little love here?
8:26 on the clock. Don't go away. We'll have scores and highlights of this game and from around the area. I'll get you updated on the Cardinals and the Brewers at the conclusion of this. So Veach brings them to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and goal. He's going to pop pass, and a wide open receiver is Colby Frederick, and the 7-yard touchdown pass is good for a Schuyler touchdown.
Well, I guess there was a circumstance where they put it in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Never say that, do you?
Yeah. That's surprising, even in that situation, that they would.
The old pop pass was good for the touchdown as Frederick came from the tight end position. They faked the handoff inside, popped it just over the linebacker's head for the touchdown. And they'll go for 2. They'll give it back to Cooper, and he's hit and spins inside. They're going to say he's in for the 2-point conversion. So Cooper's 2-point conversion run stretches the lead to 22 with exactly 8 minutes to play in the game. The Rams 42, the Bulldogs 20. Listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. This week's Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by In Lane Boutique, where trendy and classy clothing meets. Plus, remember to check out their home furnishings as well. In Lane Boutique on the Square in Bowling Green.
Well, Bowling Green stretched it out a little bit, leading in the 4th quarter 20-10 over South Callaway. They, let's see here, still 14-12, Clopton-Ellsbury over Wright City. And that's a final now, 42-24, Francis Howell over Troy. What else do we got?
Macon leads, trails Mobley 35-32, that in the 4th quarter. Marceline over Paris 17-0. That's a team that is on Louisiana's schedule later in the year, the Paris Coyotes. So here it's 42-20, and big Mr. Shaw, well, actually they're going to let Cooper kick off this time. You think Shaw was wore out. He hadn't done much, just one long run. Onside kick Bounces 2 or 3 times. Nobody from Louisiana falls on it. Then they finally do. I don't know what they're waiting on. Somebody needs to explain to our players that after it's 10 yards and his on the ground, we need to pick it up. They do cover it, however, at their own 34-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10, and the offense needs to find some horsepower in a hurry. Just under 8 minutes to play in the game, trailing 42-20. Out of the spread formation, twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Henderson at center, got Kropp in the backfield with him. Play action pass, and Henderson's going to be sacked. Brought all the linebackers on the blitz that time. Lyman unable to pick it up. Henderson.
All the linebackers, all the safeties, all the cornerbacks. He was surrounded.
There was a lot of people in the backfield that time with the white jersey on. And a loss of about 3. 2nd and 13. Louisiana has that look, don't they? Shoulders are down a little bit. Kind of dragging.
Mm-hmm. They
Wore out. Henderson takes a snap on the option, and he's going to be tackled for a loss once again. Faked the pitch to Kropp, and then was immediately hit.
And I don't think that was supposed to be a fake pitch to Kropp based on Kropp's reaction.
I'm guessing you're right.
I don't think they were on the same page there.
Loss back to the 29-yard line.
Nearing the midway point of the 4th quarter.
Where it's 3rd and about 17 for the Dogs. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Henderson takes a snap, 3-step drop. They throw it underneath the Kropp on a little screen pass. He's got across the 40. He's going to have 1st down yardage. Jukes at the 47-yard line across midfield.
Beauty.
And into Ram territory at the 49-yard line.
Man, it was a little rope-a-dope with the that miscommunication on the previous play. See, we're completely out of sync. Don't look at us.
Good open field running by Kropp that time. They'll go trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Luck in the backfield this time. They're going to throw the screen and
probably a good idea for Kropp to bat that one down like that.
He kind of looked up like he didn't want it because he knew the guy was coming. It's almost like he was going to wave his hands like, no, no, no. But Henderson had already cut it loose, and it fell harmlessly incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Down to 5:50 to play. And we've got a whistle, and not sure what we've got now.
Official comes in from the near side to talk to the referee. I think it has something to do. They looked up at the clock. They want 6 minutes even on the clock.
6 minutes is what they want on the clock.
An extra 11 seconds ran off after that incompletion.
And there they have it, 6 minutes on the money. So here we go on 2nd down. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Kropp back in the backfield with Henderson. They'll hand it to him right up the gut. He's got some running room, breaks the tackle at the 40, at the 50, on the loose at the 30, down to the 20. Oh, great hard running that time by Devin Kropp. Man, he's shown well tonight for the Bulldogs. They'll mark it right at the 20-yard line, and that's good for a 1st down.
Despite the issues he was having with cramping earlier, he's put together a back-to-back good runs here in the 4th quarter.
They'll go quickly now. Will the Bulldogs. Same formation. Long snap count, and the right tackle jumps. That'll be illegal procedure.
It doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of happiness on the Louisiana side right now.
Yep, they got a good two positive plays going, and then have a mistake like that stalls the drive a little bit. But let's see if they can pull themselves up by the bootstraps. on this 1st and 15 as the ball's back to the 25-yard line in
Devin
Ram
Kropp sprouted a tail. Somebody pulled that towel down. It's bugging him, too.
Paint it black and gold and it looked like a tiger. On the jet sweep, they hand it off to Love. And he has the ball knocked out. It's loose. Who's going to come up with the loose ball on the fumble?
I think Schuyler County got it.
Kind of looked like it from here, didn't it?
The way they slid down.
And they did. So the third turnover of the game stalls what was a good drive by Louisiana. And that may tune up the bus driver. As Louisiana trails by 22, 42-20. And the third turnover gives it back to the Rams at their own 24-yard line.
That ball game's over. Bowling Green defeats South Callaway 20-10 in Mocaine.
Big victory for the Bobcats, boy. That's a feather in their hat, and maybe that gets their momentum going to finish out the rest of this season with a full head of steam. They host North Callaway next week. On the first down play for the Rams, they'll hand it off to Cooper. He gets to the outside, and they knock him out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Good for another first down run. Quick. I
bet Coach is telling him, slide down if you have to. Keep it in bounds.
Right. Quick 15-yard run there for the first down. But it stops the clock. And now Louisiana with Kropp gimped a little bit. He's going to come out of the game.
Yeah, trying to stomp out that muscle cramp.
As he'll get to the sideline leisurely with a little hitch in his giddy-up. On the first down, another handoff to Cooper. He goes up the middle. Still on his feet. Now he finally gets knocked down. Boy, he just doesn't go down.
No. I end up giving him about three yards on the play.
He runs downhill. And like I said, they have him at 5'10", but he's either not 5'10" or Shaw's about 6'2".
Yeah.
Because they've got Shaw at 5'10" as well. They're nowhere near the same height.
Yeah. Somebody may have hit a growth spurt.
Clock continues to run down to 4:55 here in the ball game. Schuyler will do all they can to grind up this clock here in the fourth quarter. This time they hand it off up the middle to the fullback on his first run of the night. That's number 25. And
heck, he's not even on there, is he?
Let's see if he's on this other program. Don't have a 25.
I was going to say, they sent us that one today.
Snuck one in on us, didn't they? Anytime you fool Mark Froelich, you've pulled the Houdini act. So a good positive yard error, positive gain that time is
64 is 25. They changed his number to change his position. So that's Harley Robbins. There we go.
So a good run by Mr. Robbins. Third down. Handed off tackle to you-know-who, Cooper, and he's on the loose again. He's at the 30, and they're going to run him down at about the 20-yard line on the far sidelines. Another good run by him.
Goes out of bounds again.
Yes, he does. With 3:47 to play, but another big gain for Cooper. And they're inside the 20 in the red zone of Louisiana. And yeah,
everything to the middle, I'd say.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. If you tell them to step off the gas a little bit, but if they run another one in for the touchdown, that just seals the deal for sure. On the first down play, power to the right this time. They'll hand it off inside on a little misdirection play that time to Shaw. And he'll pick up about 2 on the carry. Down to 3:10 to play. Second and about 8. I'm going to say it's the scoreboard. Let's go with them. 2nd and 7. They say the ball's on the 17. Down under 3 minutes now. Beach under center, power eye to the right, strong right. And they go to the left to Cooper once again. He breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and continues to run. Man, he's run over more guys tonight. It's like a little Mack truck. Down inside the 10 to about the 6, maybe 7 yard line. We'll have to see where they mark it.
Well, if you've been shut out 2 of the first 3 weeks and only had 6 points coming in, or 2 or 3 of the first 4 weeks and only had 6 points on the season, you'd start salivating if you found something that worked like it is tonight.
Absolutely.
You want to get as many points on the board as you can.
And they've cranked the clock, and now they're going to call a timeout for some unknown reason. 2:14 to play in the game. 42-20. Scotland County leads it. Or Schuyler County, I should say. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Community State Bank, Bowling Green Chevy, and Family Drug.
Milwaukee, hey, they may lose a game tonight.
Wow.
I shouldn't jinx them. Shouldn't jinx Colorado, should I? In the 6th, Colorado leads 8-2. In the 6th, the Cardinals and the Cubs are tied at 1.
Well, your Scotland County is defeating Salisbury 46-6. Actually, that game was ruled completed at halftime due to lightning and the score being so lopsided. Montgomery County, with 11:26 to go in the game, leads Mark Twain 44-16. This looks like Montgomery's year to rebound in the EMO and maybe pick up a championship.
Yes, they've played well the last couple of weeks for sure. They get Mark Twain, or Mark Twain goes, or actually Mark Twain's there now. Don't know who Montgomery County plays next week. But yeah, they've played well the last couple of weeks for sure. After a couple of what would be subpar years. Cooper has it, and he goes towards the left pylon, and he's in for the touchdown. Is there a flag on the play? 7? Nope.
Nope. That one's going to count.
7 yards out.
Looked like another one where he was going to be stopped pretty early on.
He runs hard.
Yes, he does.
And that'll seal the deal for sure for this game, as if anybody was in doubt. 48-20. And they will go for 2. If you got a field goal kicker or anybody that might want to try, now might be the time. But they've changed kickoff kickers a time or two, so I'm guessing they just really don't have anybody that can kick it. And that happens. Shaw on the run off right tackle, and he's shoved in for the 2-point conversion.
I knew I should probably worry when Coach Calhoun asked me earlier if I had any eligibility left. That they were probably pretty desperate for some help. So if you're walking around the halls of Louisiana.
Now might be the time. Actually, the time was about 5-6 weeks ago, but
the Bulldogs need you.
They could use some extra bodies because this game was even at half. It was 20-20 at half. And the Dogs have been outscored 30-0 in the second half.
Unfortunate. I mean, they just got run out of energy. I mean, run out of the stadium here.
That's exactly right. They kind of had that look, if you recall, on Cooper's 39-yard touchdown run late in the second quarter. And they rebounded a little bit and had a little positive momentum right towards the end of the second quarter and had a nice run by Crop right at the end that happened. You thought that would give them some energy. They came out, started the third quarter, got the ball, drove it down to about the 30, stalled out, and that's when the tank emptied. They've been out of gas ever since, and Schuyler County has taken advantage of it, leading 50-20. 2:08 to play in the ball game.
I mean, give the Bulldogs credit. They gave it their all as long as they could tonight.
Without question. I mean, anytime you only have 14 guys dressed, it's tough. Now they kick it deep. And
they can.
Louisiana wasn't expecting it. It rolls inside the 5-yard line, and now Love's going to pick it up, and he's going to break it to the outside. There's a flag on the play. He comes up the sideline and is going to get knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. But that one's coming back, I bet you, for a block in the back. So what would be great field position at the 44 is probably going to end up back inside the 5-yard line.
How about you guys get together and just wave that little hanky and put it back in your pocket?
That would be a good plan. And it is a block in the back, as we suspected. I don't know why Schuyler's over on the sideline. There's not a timeout. There's still a game to be played with 1:59 to go.
Set that ball. Let's run a play.
There you go. That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it?
I mean, their whole bench is over there, and they have not called a timeout.
Well, if they called a timeout, the officials have not indicated it. That's for sure.
So too many men on the field.
I don't know what's going on. This is just about as bizarre as it gets. We're going to wait for him? Seriously?
And now they're going to call a timeout.
Now they do call a timeout. Yeah, I see the official over there in the midst of the huddle. Finally calls a timeout. Let's take a break as well. 1:59 to play in the game. 50-20. Schuyler County. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, Mid-America Auto and Towing, and Abel's Quick Shops.
1-1, Cardinals and Cubs in the 6th. Still 8-2, Colorado leads Milwaukee.
Out of the timeout, Louisiana has the football. The penalty has it back at their own 3-yard line. And they'll hand it off to Luck. He'll run off right tackle around the right end. Looks for some space, not a whole lot of running room. Gets about 4 maybe. And it'll be 2nd and 6. The other interesting part about this game is, when you get a spread out score like this, generally speaking, you play some younger guys.
There are no younger guys to play.
When you've only got 18, 19 guys dressed, you don't really have that many to play. So there are some new players in the game for Schuyler County. But they've got to have some starters in to fill out the side of the football. Luck straight up the gut this time. And he'll be close to first down. Have to check the mark. We're under, they haven't stocked the clock, so he must be short of the first down.
And it's about 6 inches short.
No measurement. We're under a minute to play on 3rd down for the Dogs. like they're going to take their time. Play clock at 20. They'll get a first down here possibly, and that'll stop the clock. They'll hand it off to Luck. He goes off left tackle this time. Has some running room out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Jordan Luck with some nice runs here late in this ball game. Gives the Dogs a first down.
Probably the last play of the game coming up.
33.9 seconds as they crank the clock after the ball is set. Play clock down to 20. They look to the sidelines. And they will get one more playoff in this ball game. Henderson out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap and hands it off to Luck. Not a clean exchange, and so he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Thank you for your attendance.
And that's going to do it for the ball game. Your final score, the Schuyler County Rams 50, the Louisiana Bulldogs 20. Post-game shows next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Pike County Hospice is proud to be your only local, not-for-profit, county-based hospice program in the area. Hi, my name is Corey Shepard, Hospice Program Manager. Since 1993, Pike County Hospice has been serving our community's families with integrity, compassion, and respect. This new journey is not easy, and we are ready to support you and your family through this difficult time. You have the choice of who will be by your side. By choosing Pike County Hospice, it will be our honor to serve you and provide the comfort and dignity yourself and your loved ones deserve. Contact us today by calling 324-2111 or visiting our website at pikecountyhospice.com.
County Market in Louisiana has all things fall. Find apples, cider, and of course, they're your one-stop shop for Halloween candy. Plus, remember all the goodies and dinner ideas you can find each day at their deli. County Market in Louisiana.
Hey, this is Tyler from Mid-America Auto and Towing. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. If we don't have what you're looking for, then we'll find it. Mid-America Auto and Towing is located off Highway 54 across from KJFM. We offer a minimum of 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, state inspections, diagnostics, engine and brake repair, and preventative maintenance. Mid-America Auto and Towing just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green is a one-stop shop. For 24-hour towing and roadside assistance, call 324-9919. Like us on Facebook or check out our website at midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
50 to...
Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
50-20 our final as Schuyler County picks up their first victory and sends the Bulldogs to 0-5 on the season. Lots of other action to talk about. Montgomery County defeated Mark Twain 44-16. That one is a final now. Scotland over Salisbury, 46-6. Didn't get a final on the Clopton-Ellsbury game yet.
Last
end
score
of 3.
I saw was 14-12, and it wasn't a final yet.
Yeah, at the end of 3, that was the score. So we'll try and get you more on that one. Bowling Green a winner, 20-10 at Mocaine against South Callaway. And what else do you have?
Well, did you give the Montgomery County final? You gave that one. I was looking for the Van Far final. We had that earlier. Centralia beat Brookfield in a little bit of a surprise as bad as they beat them 34-0. Monroe City beats West Hancock 22-0. Schuyler County defeats. Now, that can't be right. That's softball.
Yeah.
It's a football score, though, 14-3. Palmyra, that's a JV football score. What happened to the Van Far score? I had it here earlier. They were trailing North Callaway by quite a bit, but I seem to have lost that one. But back here, it was a good first half by Louisiana as they went to the locker room tied 20-20. But as we alluded to during the broadcast, they just ran out of gas and got outscored 30-0 in the second half. And it was the Wade Cooper show for Schuyler.
Definitely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdown runs.
Unbelievable night.
Cooper. Yeah. They pretty much went to him exclusively. I'm going to guess 5 running plays to other backs and then 1 touchdown pass, so maybe like 6 plays in the entire second half.
And 5 of those were in the final 5 minutes.
Right, and the rest of it was all Cooper. Cooper right, Cooper left, Cooper up the middle. And he showed to be very elusive and hard to take down. And so they win it. It'll be a happy ride, a long ride, but a happy ride for the Rams.
I'm sure they'll find something to eat in between here and there. Probably stop at one of the fast food joints about once they hit Bowling Green, and then try and fuel up for the ride home. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to get home till about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
That's not terrible. That's not terrible.
For a high school kid, that's for me.
That's for a high school kid. The night's
nothing.
just getting
They're
started.
Just getting up. They're just getting going.
I mean, the first half though, Louisiana was right in this. It was either tied or the Bulldogs led through the entirety of the first half, and I think that 39-yard run by Cooper with about 3:41 to go in the game or in the first half is probably the difference in this one. Kind of was a breaking point. Knotted the game at 20 apiece, and the Bulldogs just couldn't score in the second half.
Yeah, and as we talked again during the broadcast, they looked tired on that run. They did show a little spunk in the final series of the second half, first half I should say. But when they came out to start the second half, they got the ball, drove down to the 30, stalled, and then that was it. It was like the light switch went off.
Yeah.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. See you on.
You had a couple of good runs by Crop there, and then a fumble. I mean, they couldn't get everything in a line. They were just showing that they were tired. They were getting cranky, get a little agitated with each other out there, and
that's the true sign of being exhausted, is when you start complaining at each other.
Yeah, need to get some Snickers down on the Bulldog sideline. Somebody's hangry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a final break. We'll come back, award our primetime player, and take a final look around the area, see if we can get any updated scores here on the Eagle 102 postgame show.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Community State Bank of Missouri is here to meet your agricultural needs. This is Earl Niemeyer. We offer a variety of agricultural loans customized to meet the demands of today's complex farm operations. Whether it's to purchase farm equipment or to pay farm operating expenses, a financial package can be developed specific to your operation. Drop by one of our convenient locations and speak with an ag loan specialist today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Equal opportunity lender.
Fall's here, and that means football, hunting, and trucks. So come to Bowling Green Chevrolet, where it's truck month.
Only Bowling Green Chevrolet is offering up to $14,000 off new Silverado.
Wow, that's over 24% off.
And you'll have no payments until 2020. We'll even throw in a bed liner at no charge. Over 24% off, no payments until 2020, and a bed liner at no charge. Compare our prices 24/7 at BowlingGreenChevy.com, and you'll see why we're the largest dealer in the area. So find new roads to Bowling Green Chevrolet,
where you'll always feel at home.
With approved credit. See dealer for details. Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, don't have any updates, recent ones at least, for Pleasant Hill and Calhoun. Let's see here. We had some finals.
Well, I see a final. Wright City beats Clopton-Ellsbury 20-14.
So they came behind.
Back, right? They scored a late touchdown to win that football game.
A couple of former EMO schools, Orchard Farm leading Winfield 47-26. That one was in the third last update. Francis Howell over Troy 42-24. And that's about all I see as far as any updates or anything. Yeah, I got that final now, too.
Let's tell them about next week. Louisiana will host DuPont, another
DuPont, Illinois.
Yeah, that's homecoming for the Bulldogs here at Louisiana High School. So don't know anything about DuPont. I'm not even sure I knew they played football, to be quite honest.
No, I didn't know they played football either. Van Far at Mark Twain. That's the Farmers Cup game. They started that tradition a few seasons ago. Clopton-Ellsbury hosts South Callaway. And I believe, tentatively, we're looking at Bowling Green versus North Callaway as the Bobcats try to sweep Callaway County, this time at home.
Well, and I saw a score early where North Callaway was beating Van Far, but the score disappeared, so we can't tell you what the final was there. So North Callaway and Bowling Green both coming off wins, so that could be a good ball game as well.
They're turning off the lights on us here, so let's award our primetime player, 100% local, and it goes to the Louisiana back tonight. Devin Kropp, 3 touchdown runs in the first half. He's the reason they were in this game at all over the first 2 quarters. He was darn good. Started cramping up there in the second half as everybody was getting tired. Still reeled off 2 pretty good runs there in the closing minutes. So our primetime player tonight is number 2 for the Bulldogs, Devin Kropp. So congratulations to Devin. That about wrap it up here.
It does. It's been fun. Too bad we couldn't get the first win of the year for the Louisiana Bulldogs, but there were some positive things that happened tonight, so they'll have some things. Coach Calhoun will have some things to build on leading up to the game and the homecoming game, which is always fun, against DuPont right here at Cunningham Field on next Friday night.
Don't forget the Bulldog Invitational Softball Tournament starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll have more softball for you next week here on the air on KJFM Eagle 102. For Jim Ross, Mark Froelich saying good night from Week 5 at Cunningham Field on KJFM Radio.
You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Area High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game was brought to you by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana.